My mind is fucking blown. What just happened? Is Dodo like some sort of omnipresent interdimensional being? I'm super fucking confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I clicked start stream like I normally do. And then I was confused why there's like nobody in chat and I have no concurrent viewers. And then somebody said, am I the only one with the stream not started yet? Dodo's been responding to me in Streamlabs. And then I look at my stream thing and it said the stream hasn't started yet. Even though I clicked it before. What the fuck is going on? Okay, that is super fucking weird. What the fuck? What did the dodo do? Tell us about... Well, he gave me a link to this fucking Piers Morgan video. And then he asked me why the long wait before starting the stream. I mean, what the hell? Maybe this is just a coincidence and it's just weird. The way he worded it and he didn't... That's bizarre. Well, we've got things sorted out now, I guess. Oh, that's fucking annoying. Is there not a desktop version? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. That's weird. I downloaded the Vegally vegan dating app just to, like, see what's going on. They don't have... It looks like they don't have a desktop version of the app. Alright, well, this is all stupid. So, as I was saying before I actually clicked start stream, apparently, clearly a war for Israel. The only argument they have is Israel benefits from the Iranian regime collapsing. But, like, the entire world would benefit from the Iranian regime collapsing. Even Iranians would benefit from the Iranian regime collapsing. The only people who don't want a regime change in Iran are China and Russia because, you know, they're fascists and geopolitical reasons. But literally everybody hates Iran. It's just that people like Jank hate Jews so much that even despite Iranians hating Iran, he wants Iran to exist so that they can fund terrorism and kill Jews.
Any new Frank vids?
Oh, actually, there are, in fact, new Frank vids. He just uploaded some dumb bullshit video about a gay retarded supplement he's selling. Thanks for the donation, any new Frank vids.
Did he tell any lies? I found this comical.
Fuck up! Come find out.
Why, bitches shit, shut the fuck up. Listen, bitch,
If you out here looking for a man with a good hairline or a man who ain't balding, but you wearing weaves, wigs, or extensions, shut up, bitch. If you are self-conscious about your weight, but you're looking for a man who's in shape, shut up, bitch. If you are below average height for a woman, but you're looking for a man who's tall, so you can fuck up his gene pool.
You know, I find women who are shorter, they tend to be more obsessed with the whole height thing. And like, I've met some chicks who are like 6 foot tall or taller. And they're like, a lot of them literally don't care. I've seen some of those girls date dudes who are like 5'4". So it's weird. It seems like the weird height bias is more extreme with really short, tiny women. And then it's less extreme to non-existent, like the taller you go.
Shut up, bitch. If you are a dog mom and you out here looking for a dog dad and you expect some man to be happy about coming over to pick up somebody else's dog shit, shut up, bitch. If you want to be the single mom with a pet, with a full-time job, probably in school, and you expect the man to be dedicated to just you, shut up, bitch.
I mean, all this is true. Like, it's just, entitlement.
60% of you women don't even like the way your own self look when you butt-ass naked. So if you look better with the lights off, you should probably just shut up, bitch. Game is game.
I will help you at 11.
11? Why, bitch?
Yeah, he's made a good point. Thanks for that donation, Killing Titan. This should be highly retarded.
We're down here at Frankie's Strange Meat on Sunday night. A few new things this week, so I figured I'd do a vlog for you guys. The biggest thing off the top of my head is...
I'm not sure if Ask Yourself is still selling these. I think he might still have them on... whatchamacall... the thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? What's the... Teespring. That's what I was thinking of, Teespring. Why in the fuck am I not able to just connect things from my fucking Instagram? That is retarded. Like, especially since it has you connect through Facebook. Okay, whatever. Hey, donate $2. Watch for a minute from 1450. Let me see. Sure, this is gonna be nice and retarded. Responding to Myron Gaines on Muslims praying at Times Square.
We're praying in the street and posting about it online. How is that a takeover? We're still a vast minority of the population. We have no...
They literally, before the prayer, literally admitted this is part of the retarded Muslim jihadist takeover plot. They do this everywhere they go, by the way. People have posted videos of Muslims doing this in France. They do this as like a flex of power, like, we're here, fuck you, we're taking over. Eat shit, fucking normies. And then they do this like weird, creepy prayer shit, literally in the middle of the road, on sidewalks, so you can't even walk or drive. Like, it's a flex of power. We know why they're doing this, so this is just cope.
No governmental control, except in like Dearborn. And we're like, unfortunately, we're not making a substantive difference in the legal system, the judicial system in America.
I'm sorry, unfortunately, do you want Sharia law?
I wish we were, because we'd make it better, but we're not.
Yeah, we'd make it better. Then we could, like, rape Yeah, then we can rape underage girls and everybody would think it's normal. Oh, yeah, yalla, just like the Prophet Muhammad. Oh, you have sex with 9-year-old. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, Muslims would make the legal system better. Yeah, that's why every Muslim country is a fucking shithole. What a dumbass.
And that's the thing. If we were, I'd be proud, and I'd say, yeah, we're making these great changes. We're bringing Islam to America. Well, it's just not happening. We're just teaching people about Islam, and if they are guided by Allah, and if they want what's best for them, they'll accept the truth of Islam and they'll practice it within their own lives and within their own homes. We're not bringing it to change American law. And the next part is,
So that's just nonsense. So, first of all, this guy's a literal terrorist, clearly. Anybody who'd say, oh yeah, I would prefer Muslims to be in control of the law, this person's a fucking terrorist. So, we don't want any fucking planes being flown into fucking buildings and shit. Thank you, jackass. Go fuck yourself. What an asshole.
Joey.
Let me see. Oh my god. He's doing that thing again where he's really sentient.
Good morning, Joey. Did you have a good nap?
Oh my god.
My love.
Oh.
Or are you gonna
He looks like he had a good nap.
wake up now and get out of the pouch?
Oh my god.
Come on, let's get out of
Whoa. Just look at him. So sentient.
the pouch. Get out.
Oh my
Come
god.
on, let's go. Get out.
What a handsome
Come on,
boy.
Joey. Come on, boy.
Oh my god.
Joey.
It's kind of funny how he always puts this arm outstretched. That's just more comfy for him.
Oh,
Wow.
pretty boy.
He's really pretty. Oh my god, that's amazing. Thanks for the donation, even though.
You talk about Code Pink, very irritating group to some people. But of course, they are protesting war, protesting aggressions, and they have a constitutional right to do that.
So we're going into the office of Jason Smith, who held a hearing yesterday in which he accused Code Pink and our friends like the People's Forum and Breakthrough News of taking money from the Chinese Communist Party. And I'm sick and tired of
I would throw this woman off the tallest building. If like I'd love to see her on a boat in shark-infested waters, because I'd throw her right the fuck off.
Viva la democrazia e viva la libertà. Il movimento europeo pro Gaza è rimasto a casa di fronte alla brutale repressione del popolo iraniano che lotta per la libertà. È rimasto in silenzio di fronte alle migliaia di sacchi neri, di cadaveri, alle esecuzioni.
Well, we know why they're doing this too. They rely on the Iranian regime to support terrorism against Jews, so all the pro-Palestine fucktards don't want Iran to get a regime change.
Di massa degli ayatollah che sono considerati intoccabili solo perché antisionisti e anti-americani. Nessuna flottiglia che salpa, nessun liceo occupato, nessuna manifestazione di piazza, solo una scandalosa doppia morale che antepone l'ideologia ai diritti delle donne e dei giovani iraniani. Sarebbe comico, se non fosse tragico, vedere i sedicenti progressisti, paladini della laicità che hanno combattuto in ogni modo il cristianesimo, coalizzarsi ora con la peggiore dittatura teocratica al mondo. Gli stessi che oggi aprono le porte all'Islam radicale, al velo islamico, alla Sharia, con l'intento molto spesso sbandierato anche di sostituire gli europei e di trasformare l'Europa in una succursale di Teheran. L'Iran brucia nella loro indifferenza, ma non nella nostra. Viva l'Occidente, viva la democrazia e viva la libertà.
I like her accent. She can talk to me in Italian while I'm eating her ass out. Saudi Arabia has said they support U.S. attack on Iran. Well, obviously, they fucking hate Iran. Everybody hates Iran. Thanks for the donation, eh?
Nigga, you know I like staying up late, but your streams have been a bit too late lately. As your number 2 sponsor, I would like to request you start streaming a bit earlier. Certainly do your workout streams way fucking earlier.
I know, dude. I know. I've been having really bad fucking sleep problems, okay? I'm gonna try to get it sorted out. So I think my shoulder's feeling good enough where I can train today on schedule, so I'll probably just relax a little bit after the stream and then just do a workout stream fairly early in the morning, probably like around somewhere between like maybe 8 and 10. Thanks for the donation though, 21st, and then hopefully I can just take a nap or something and then just wake up at a normal time.
Why can't these Muslims just shut the fuck up, VG?
I think it has something to do with them being intolerable assholes. Thanks for the donation though, Dodo. Spider-Man donated $2. Let me see. You know, there's actually a lot of really nice Italian pornos. There's a lot of Italian pornos involving nuns, too. With, like, some pretty hot ass-to-mouth sex. I also really like Italian giallo films. There's a lot of hot Italian women, and I think Italian sounds pretty sexy, so... And who doesn't like a good pizza? So I say Italian's based. This is literally gummy. Oh. That is a sweet kitty. Thanks for the donation, Spider-Man. Dodo donated $2. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
From the videos that I've seen, it looks like a snowball fight. I think that there were 2 officers who were facing lacerations on their face.
Call for prosecution of those who pelted them?
Look, I've seen the videos of this snowball fight. I think that it was a snowball fight.
He is such a fucking idiot. Like again, this is one of the reasons why New York's going to turn into a shithole. These communist libtard fuckwits, they don't understand how people need to have respect for the rule of law. Like, as soon as you make it okay to throw snowballs at police officers, guess what? Nobody's going to respect them at all. They're a joke. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want. And, like, they're going to keep pushing the limits and pushing the limits. And this guy's going to keep fucking defending them. Like, oh, they only stole a Snickers bar. Oh, it's only a little bit of graffiti on the side of a fucking building. And then, like, it's going to escalate to a point where, like, you're going to get home invasions, carjackings. You're going to have, like, you know, turf wars with drug dealers and shit. And then they're going to be completely unequipped to deal with anything. Because, like, these idiots like this are going to, like, push for things like bail reform and stuff where it's just a revolving door where criminals might get locked up in jail if you're lucky. And then literally the next day or later that same day, they're just let out, and then all they have to do is show up for their court date. And even if they miss their court date, we'll give you a second chance. There you go. Like, just like California, that's what's happened in Canada. It's insane to me that people can vote for these fucking idiots. Grateful stood with Ukraine. The United States not among the 107 countries. What the fuck? Dude, that is like kind of fucking insane that the United States would, yeah, they decided not to vote. Fucking retarded. It's got, it has to be Russian, just Russian infiltration. Do you hate people like this? Let me see. Yeah, I do. Why did Eddie Hall beat this guy up? What the fuck is going on? Why is this guy, why is his butt hanging out? I don't think that was Eddie Hall. Okay, thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Why won't that old hag just go away or, better yet, drop dead already?
Yeah, seriously. Wish we could make that happen. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated $2. Let me see.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You also asked to protect the who blocking the removal.
Yeah. It's too bad so many Muslim women are like fucking retarded because they're pretty cute. Today marks 4 years of proxy war in Ukraine. Wow. Code Pink is just absolutely fucking shameless. Oh, dude. If I was like a US congressman and these fuckers showed up into my office, like, dude, they would get such a fucking severe beating. I don't think I could fucking help myself. Like, let's see if they show up to my office again. Like, after their fucking ribs are fucking perforated. Fucking assholes. Like, just fucking scumbag pieces of shit. Rising anti-Semitism in China. Yes, probably has to do with U.S. rivalry. Trump called Iran the world's number one sponsor of terror. What about Israel? Yeah, last I checked, Israel isn't funding groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, so yeah, they wouldn't be on that list, you dumb bitch. Fucking idiot. Oh. It's a cat. Oh! Kitties are so great. Oh, why is you being mean? Those are good cats. Oh. Those are really good cats. Well, thanks for the donation, Dodo. Still struggling, donatillers. I will always have solitary with Richard over the evils of animal agriculture. This Zionist shit made me unsubscribe, though. Yeah, you're a gay, retarded, dumb bitch. Thanks for the donation, dumbass.
You know, I wish those bald eagles would swoop down and attack Trump.
Yeah, or, like, at least Code Pink. The U.S. should probably, like, Trump should probably get some bald eagles trained to, snatch out the eyes of all the Code Pink protesters. Just, train them to attack anybody with a pink t-shirt on. And, snatch out their eyes. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. I have to get to work soon, get to the Frank vid. Okay, well, I'll try my best. Dodo keeps sending me links. Two donatillers, UK getting more cucked.
I underestimated the sheer stupidity of the UK.
Oh yeah, UK bans anime and manga with new law. Prison time for 5 years. Oh. Oh my god. Ban on incest simulation in porn. This is like... So first of all, in any other, like, sensible country, this would be a violation of free speech. So, the UK doesn't have free speech in its constitution, and they have no political interest in protecting free speech. Secondly, like, yeah, like, especially when you're talking about something like anime or hentai, who the fuck cares? It's a cartoon. Like, it's just baffling. And what's especially hypocritical about this is they refuse to ban actual real-world incest because they're afraid of offending Muslims. They know Muslims all have kids with their fucking cousins. They're all a bunch of inbred, retarded cousin fuckers. And they refuse to put a ban on that because they know it will upset Muslims. And then they go and say simulated, fake, not real incest is banned, and you will be put in prison. But if you have kids with your fucking cousin because you're an inbred, retarded Muslim fuck, well, just go ahead and do that. Have more retard incest babies. But if you fucking watch a fucking hentai where it's like, I don't know, big brother, should we be doing this? Oh, I get fucking prison time now? Like, fuck the UK. Holy shit.
UK government. Like, what do you mean that they allow real cousin marriage within their country, but they turn around and they ban fictional incest?
Oh, dude. It's...
the absolute virtue signaling from this country and the ass backwards nature of this stuff is just...
You know, like... I don't need to watch this whole thing, but... Like... Look, I've been telling you all for a while now. Rules are for fools. This is what the government does, okay? Like, the UK is an extreme case, but you can find stupid bullshit like this in literally every country. Like, why is weed illegal, but it's okay to drink alcohol? Like, you'll find stupid examples like that everywhere. Why does the government have a problem with me taking steroids and getting jacked as fuck, but they're totally fine with me eating like fucking McDonald's, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, and just getting fat, sick, and stupid? Like rules are for fools. The government's fucking retarded. All this shit about banning guns, improving public safety, emissions regulations, like all the shit, it's just bullshit. Just reject the idea of like listening to authority and fucking accepting society. Society is a fucking joke. It's run by fucking chimpanzees. Just fuck these people. It's outright retarded. Also, did you see this? Congratulations, you're banned. Oh yeah, I've seen somebody just sent me that. Yeah, somebody already sent me that clip. Thanks for the donation too.
Can we get to the Frank vid by not clicking every link that gets donated?
Yeah, okay, I'll just start doing that.
We restocked some of the
Thanks for the donation,
bovine glandulars on organ supplements, and we have a completely new one, pure prostate powder, which is a really special supplement that no one else has. It's just raw, freeze-dried prostate, and we also restocked a few of the ones that were out, like the thyroid.
So the prostate supplement that he's selling is literally a prostate. Like it's an animal's prostate. How is that going to help with your prostate? Oh my god. It's nice that this guy is like, you know, the king of self-sabotage, but I wish I could like enact corporal punishment to just, you know, give them what they deserve when they do stupid shit like this. Like, that is just so annoying to hear, that somebody's making money selling a prostate supplement that is literally dried up animal prostate.
Thyroid support, the female fertility, so I'm excited for that. I'm going to show you guys that. I'm debating on reading the reviews first because we haven't done that in a really long time. Maybe I'll save that for next week. It's probably going to be like 10 or 15 or 20 minutes of just reading reviews, and I'm going to put that at the beginning of the vlog, so I don't really feel like doing that today, so we'll do it next week. The pasta machine, the new stuff that came in, I mean, the dyes are really expensive. I'm not sure when I'm going to get those parts in from Italy, but that stuff's not going to happen for at least a few weeks. We have a few new cuts of lamb, and we're going to have a few more cuts of lamb. The neck, shoulder steaks, and leg steaks, so some affordable steak cuts of lamb. And we're going to have goat next week, so we're going to have a lot more goat cuts next week. Restocked colostrum today, got all the dairy products in, so I guess let's just go back there, walk around, show you guys what's going on. Yeah, I'm thinking about those machines from the auction, that tenderizer that was supposed to be good. I don't think they used a photo of the actual tenderizer. I think they used like a photo of a new one, and the one I got is just busted, so I don't even think, I think they kind of shysted me on that one. So no more tenderized jerky, but. So this is why our glandulars are way more affordable than anyone else, because
it's shit from Alibaba. This could literally just be like wood shavings. Just seeing this. It's like, it's just weird flakes. Who knows? It could be like wood pulp or whatever. Human supremacy can suck my ass. $22. Let me see.
Are you guys still drinking cow's milk?
Yeah, I've already seen that. It's fucking dumbass bitch. Thanks for the donation though, dude. That's an old clip though. Dodo donated $2. Slap on the wrist. Let me see.
A sports car is speeding down the highway with cops in hot pursuit. The Bentley is going over 100 miles an hour with no signs of slowing down. Then, the speeding car slams into another vehicle before smashing into a guardrail. Cops in Westport, Connecticut have some serious questions for the driver.
That's Vince McMahon.
Why are you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I gotta get this the next exit.
Right. Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that.
Recognize who's behind the wheel?
Wow.
It's the former CEO of World.
This guy is fucking unhinged.
World Wrestling Entertainment, Vince McMahon.
You almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention.
The incident happened in July 2025, but the video was just released. You can hear McMahon insisting he wasn't trying to get away.
I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know, I understand that, but that's why I was very confused.
The cop presses 80-year-old McMahon for an explanation.
He's fucking 80.
The person was right in front of you.
Dude, imagine being 80 and like speeding like this, and like he's clearly running away from the cops. I don't know why the fucking cop is accepting this horse shit. Imagine being this fucking unhinged, acting like a fucking like 15-year-old at 80.
There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No, I haven't driven this car God knows how long.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
He is on drugs, technically. We know for a fact that he's on steroids. So, like, that's why he looks the way he does. Like, you can tell just by looking at his arms. He looks like in amazing shape for fucking 80 years old. He's on steroids. So that's why he looks so fit. That could play a role in, like, why he's taking this kind of risk. He might also be doing meth. Apparently he's had like weird fucking sex parties and stuff. He might also be doing shit like meth. But yeah, he's kind of an unhinged lunatic. Guess he doesn't know about all the companies that happily lie and pollute and poison people till they force not to.
Probably the biggest danger of AI is government.
Interesting.
Like, people who are opposed to corporations or worried about corporations should really worry the most about government, because government is just the biggest corporation with a monopoly on violence. So I always find...
Yeah, supposedly Vince McMahon likes pooping on girls' like faces. It may be the case. Like, here's the thing. Women lie, like, especially in cases like that, women lie like fucking crazy about being like raped and shit. So, especially when hearing about something like that where Vince McMahon is really into humiliation play, like shitting on a girl's head, pissing on them and stuff like that. There's so many, and you see this in the porn industry. It's just that they can't make up these rape allegations, so they just make up some other bullshit claim like, oh, they were manipulated and they didn't know what they were doing and blah blah blah. Like, you saw that with fucking Mia Khalifa. It's a way of them absolving themselves of this horse shit. Like, unfortunately, we do still live in a society where, like, women are, you know, like, there's double standards where, oh, you're a fucking slut and a whore if you have sex. And this is just a way of women absolving themselves of that kind of, like, shame by, like, saying, oh, I was raped. I had no choice, you know. So like, unless there's actual evidence and this goes through court and shit like that, like, I'm not gonna just believe that he was forcing chicks to get shit on.
I find it like a strange dichotomy where people would think corporations are bad but the government is good, when the government is simply the biggest and worst corporation. But people have that dichotomy. They somehow think at the same time that government can be good but corporations bad, and this is not true. Corporations have better morality than the government.
They don't.
Could potentially use AI and robotics.
Corporations have more morality than the government. Please explain the Civil War over slavery. Pretty sure that's I don't know of any better example of the government having more morality than a corporation.
To suppress the population. Like, that is a serious concern.
As a guy building AI and robotics, how do you prevent that?
Well, I think that like, if you have a limited government, which is like really what the U.S.
We all know Musk is an immoral fuckwit, so.
The war in Ukraine now fully.
Okay, we can watch that later. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Godvidom, I have to go soon. Get to the Frank Vid and skip Donatunes.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not the only one who watches the stream, okay? Like, I have to show appreciation for other people who donate. Thanks for the donation, G. I think there's only a few donations and none of them have links.
You are so retarded that you claim you are an atheist and a Zionist lol. Judaism and Zionism are inextricably linked. Political project consisting of biblical claims of a holy land and chosen people in the name of God. You support that, you dumb fuck?
So, first of all, Jews had been living on that land for thousands of years. It's mentioned in the Bible, but those biblical mentions are historically accurate because you can literally find ancient Jewish artifacts in that region. There's also contemporary literature from that time period that have nothing to do with the Bible or anything. So I don't know what just fuck you. You're an idiot. Donate chillers. When Muslims say they are peaceful, what they really mean is as long as you submit to being a second-class citizen, live under Sharia and Muslim domination, they will not kill you. Yeah, I'm sorry, but how is that a good standard? It's so deceptive. Well, they're trained to lie, so thanks for the donation, eh?
Kankadodo.
I don't know about that. Thanks for the donation, Dudo.
Weed should be illegal. It smells. Go to New York City and you'll find out and agree real fast that weed should be illegal. Shit smells like pot and sewage on every fucking street. Edibles could be legal but people will just smoke it, so nah, just ban it.
I don't think you can smoke edibles. Thanks for the donation though, 21st.
Why are people so afraid of being called racist by people whom they don't even know? VG.
Just beta male behavior. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
We make them ourselves. We get the freeze-dried powder in and we just put it in glass jars. Now, if I thought capsules were as good, I would have these in capsules, but the actual raw powder in your empty stomach is the most effective way to take these. Sometimes the capsule...
Beef heart, spleen, kidney, pancreas, lung. This is supposed to help your prostate? Oh, full spectrum. What is that full spectrum of? What? This is so stupid.
Sometimes the capsules don't get absorbed as quickly, so full spectrum, we've been out of for a while. And when I say cheaper, guys, there's one company, which I won't name, literally selling this stuff for $60, $70 a bottle. We're less than half the price. The only reason these people are in business is because they have a BS monopoly and...
We're less than half the price. Yeah, that's because you get your garbage from Alibaba. He lied. Other companies, he's talking about Paul Saladino, I'm assuming, they're selling it for $60, $70. We're selling it for less than half the price. $55 is not half of 60, you idiot. I knew it. I knew he was lying. There's no fucking way in hell he'd sell something like this for $30. I fucking knew it. Like this guy is so full of fucking shit, it's insane. Again, $40 is not less than half the price of $60 or $70. He's a fucking liar. The only thing that, like, is even remotely close is the thyroid support and the adrenal thing. That's the only thing. Everything else is not less than half the fucking price of 60 or 70. Fucking lying idiot.
And they have ridiculous marketing budget and they're just scamming people. And they don't have these products. They don't have pure adrenal powder. They don't have pure brain powder.
Pure brain powder. Oh my god. Yeah. If there's any fucking indication that this is snake oil and doesn't do anything, just look at fucking Frank. like, I'm assuming this idiot is consuming his pure brain powder supplement. Well, what's Frank been doing lately? Jews are in control of the entire world. The Illuminati is the real secret government. Aliens have reset human civilization over and over again, and New York City is over 30,000 years old. Like, yeah, okay. The brain powder's clearly working, isn't it?
We don't have pure thyroid powder. They're mixing the cheaper organs that are way cheaper, like liver and heart, which are a fraction of the price of this stuff. A fraction of the price. Male virility, pure beef testicles.
Buddy, like, this is the guy who fucking complains constantly that he feels sick, he's unwell, he's in pain, he can't get out of bed, he has no energy, he's depressed, his mood sucks, he keeps getting candida infections, he has diarrhea, vomiting, he has to be brought out in a fucking wheelchair when he goes onto a fucking airplane. And then he's like, these supplements make you healthy.
This is the iodine and some other stuff.
My
I'm trying to see
God.
where they put the new one. The immune strength, pure thymus, we are restocking. And then this is the new one, prostate protection. Now, this powder is insanely expensive. I think we have this priced at around $50 for pure beef.
I don't know what the hell... I don't know what eating a prostate is like. Presumably, like, if this would help you, in any way, like, you might as well just go gay. That's cheaper. You can just go on Grindr and suck dudes' dicks. If you're swallowing semen, you're going to be consuming prostate-specific antigen. So I guess I guess we don't need fucking Frank's beef prostate supplement that does absolutely fucking nothing and probably has something what is it, asbestos in it or some shit. Just go on Grindr, suck dudes' dicks. You'll get plenty of prostate specific antigen.
Beef prostate. Now, no one else has this on the market. You can't find it. It doesn't exist. No one else has a pure beef prostate supplement, which is key.
Yeah, that's probably because it's fucking stupid and fucking gay. Like, only a gay dude would think, huh, let's eat prostate.
For male health. And on top of that, I promise you, if someone else was selling this, it'd be over $100.
What is, like, I just, it says prostate protection, but I mean, what is this supposed to be doing? The prostate side of male performance, focusing on semen production and sperm health. So your prostate has an effect on, like, your ability to have an orgasm and shit like that. Your prostate also produces prostate-specific antigen, which protects the sperm from the spermicides that are produced, like, by a woman's vagina. It doesn't actually do anything to your sperm health. So, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Highest quality available, raised in pristine New Zealand. Yeah, sure. The organs of an animal have similar cellular composition to our own. The vitamin and mineral content, structure, function. That's not a proper sentence. Our bodies use this similar tissue to repair and optimize our own. Okay, so he's like a full-fledged retard. This is like saying an airplane is able to fly, so if you eat an airplane, you'll grow wings and a propeller, and then you'll be able to fly. So this is just nonsense. It is just bullshit snake oil. And again, this is probably just a bunch of bullshit from Alibaba. This literally looks like asbestos. If you look at the like weird powder inside the bottle, it literally looks like asbestos. So, who the fuck knows what's actually in this? We know he's getting this bullshit from fucking Alibaba, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's like it's got asbestos in it.
I promise you that. Very, very high quality product. Where's the third eye? Is that over here somewhere? Where'd they put it? Female fertility's up there. The third eye's up here. Now this is a similar price to the other ones, but it's way smaller, right? So it's maybe a fraction of the size. And the reason is, although that prostate powder is very expensive, we're talking hundreds of dollars per pound versus thousands of dollars per pound. This is a super special product. I don't talk about this enough. You take this on an empty stomach in the morning, you'll never take any other supplement again. I promise you that.
No. Retarded. I love how he says this. And then he like constantly complains about his poor health.
Waited for those for a few months, really killed me. Spending that much money, and they had problems importing stuff. I'm just, I'd rather stick to domestic stuff and not have to, but that
He's admitting it's coming from China. China. So yeah, the import tariffs and the trade restrictions, he's literally mentioning the fucking import restrictions and the tariffs and all the issues getting shit imported from China. This is fucking garbage that he paid for from fucking Alibaba. Like, it's hilarious. On the website it says, oh, New Zealand cows. Then why the fuck is it coming from China? Like, he literally just admitted it.
product and freeze-dried beef powders are only from like New Zealand and Australia. No one else has them. Frankie's Naturals, we've tried to get everything in stock. I mean, I ordered cleaning products over a year ago now, and the Chinese New Year hit, and I didn't get it shipped out before then because I ran out of money and I couldn't afford the shipping, and it's a whole disaster. It's a whole disaster. We're baking tomorrow, so we got all the bread out of the fridge here, proofing. Fresh sourdough, bagels, hamburger buns, hot dogs. So we'll bake them fresh, pop them in the freezer. Usually sells out in 2 weeks, so everything's super fresh, frozen as quickly as possible. Oh, that was the other new thing I was excited about. So this is horseradish root, fresh horseradish root. And if you order the seasoning package, you get one of these. So what you do is you peel it, and you can grate it and have fresh horseradish. But if you really want organic horseradish, you can get that now immediately. But what we will have is a... Oh man, it's kind of... You can...
I don't know if you can do this in drawing, but if not, can you Photoshop Frank turning into an airplane like those Animorphs book covers?
Oh, yeah, I think I can. Animorph. Generator. They do have an Animorph generator thing. Let me see. I'll try to find photo of Frank. Give me a second. Let's see. I think I might have to make a PNG file of these. Let's see. Failed to pad first image. Okay, I might have to make a PNG file. Yeah, Frank's seriously one of the dumbest fucking people I've ever fucking come across. Save that there. And then, all right. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, what the hell? Open image in new tab. I don't know why the fuck that. Is this, I don't know if that has some kind of weird copy protection. Download components. Yeah, there's Frank morphing into an airplane. There we go. Frank is such a fucking idiot. Alright, well, hope that satisfies you. Thanks for the donation, bro.
You can really smell that horseradish in here. And it's really warm in here, too.
Oh yeah, there's a good chance he's watching right now. He says he is like in bed all day and he can't sleep, so I know he watches my channel.
That is the sliced horseradish fermenting. So we're gonna lacto ferment it, and then we should have a horseradish organic condiment in a week or two. And there's no organic horseradish on the market, which is why I wanted to do this. That looks kind of shredded, so I think we're gonna have to blend that up again. Yeah, probably blend it up after it ferments, because I don't think you would want it stringy like that.
How much out of pocket do you pay for blood work? It's usually either $0 or like maybe $60. Most of the blood tests that I get, they're covered by OHIP, so they're free. There's only a few, like, Cystatin C, where I have to pay out of pocket, but most of them are completely free. So if I want to get my, like, lipids checked, what's another one? HbA1c, you know, stuff like that. That's all covered by OHIP.
I think you'd want it like a puree, so we'll see what we want to do with that, but I'm excited. Date is the 19th, so another week might be ready. Yeah, so in that potato package, now I'm just doing the organic pan of potatoes, the yellow skin, the white flesh, and we got the organic Okinawan potatoes, which are the purple fleshed, white skinned. And this has been the biggest dietary change for me. I'm trying to remove the rice from my diet because of the arsenic, so I'm trying to do only sweet potatoes, but it's hard. So hopefully when we get the new pasta going, I'm gonna just switch to sweet potatoes and have pasta, and I feel a lot better just on those two carbohydrate sources, because, you know, rice is high in arsenic and I'm not as much of a fan. I do have the bread when we make it fresh 1 or 2 times a week. I've been really lazy lately, so I haven't been making my hummus, my white bean hummus, so I don't have anything to eat with the bread when I make it. So that's the only reason I stopped kind of having the bread. Like tomorrow when they make the sourdough, I'll probably take it home and eat it plain on its own, but sometimes like I'll have the hamburger buns and hot dog buns just with plain hamburgers or hot dogs, but I try to get the fiber content higher. So I just got to stop being lazy and start making my white bean hummus again. I'm just really exhausted lying in bed all day. I just don't feel like making stuff, but maybe I'll force myself to do it this week. That was a very important part of my diet. I kind of removed it and haven't had it in a while, but I'm going to force myself to make it again this week. So we just made some fresh...
I'm not going to have to upgrade my graphics card or processor anytime soon. Like, eventually. Given enough time, sure, but, like, I've got an RTX 4090, so, that's pretty high-end.
Apple pies this week. Gonna throw these in the freezer because we don't sell them quickly enough. So, because they go bad and they start molding in like 3 weeks because there's no preservatives. Here we got some freshly slaughtered beef, just came in this morning. Probably only 4 or 5 days old. Literally the freshest meat you can get. We're gonna finish processing that tomorrow. All the goat milk came in today as well. So colostrum, goat milk is all gonna be restocked by Monday or Tuesday. Plenty of fresh eggs, all the cured meats, bacon, prosciutto, all that type of stuff in stock. Chocolate chip cookies. Most of the cheeses are in stock. We have a few new Italian cheeses actually. We have a new provolone fiaschetto, and we have a gorgonzola. So we have
What? Yeah. Oh, you just checking on your dork computer stuff?
I'm getting an Allen key.
Okay. I see.
Have an Italian blue cheese and a new Italian provolone if you guys would like to try any new cheeses. Big restock this week is the marrow bones. We ran out of marrow bones for a while, but now we have the canoe bones back in stock. All the fresh produce is the newest thing for you guys. I think we're gonna give away some apples this week. We didn't meet the produce minimum for last week's order, so I just bought like a bunch of cases of those apples. So we're gonna try to put 1 apple in each order for free, which, you know, we've been doing a pretty high amount of orders lately, so I should have bought a few more cases and so we could do 2 apples in each order, but we can't. I think we're missing quite a few things here. Those are the heirloom tomatoes. We got some lion's mane mushrooms in, which we didn't have last time. But I think about half the produce is missing right now, so when we place an order on Monday, everything will come in Tuesday. Running low on Frankie's steak sauce. That might be the most underrated product because I literally have that every day. So when I go home to have my beef and rice, I'm gonna put the steak sauce and the organic soy sauce in the beef and then just put that over the rice, and that's basically all I'm gonna have, just beef and rice. Since speaking of freezer, we're about to go in the freezer. Every single one of my freezer units failed last week. I could have done a whole another series on it. The really cold weather basically destroyed everything, and it was so bad that it's like 20 degrees outside and our freezer is just failing. Like, our freezer's warmer than outside in the winter. Literally every single one of our freezer units was broken. Guy came last Friday. We got the new one back up. Even the new one was down. The new unit that they just put in was down. We got that back up and running. We got 1 unit up and running, and the old unit was leaking oil like crazy. We couldn't get it back up, and then there's a pipe on the roof that broke for the 4th unit that we haven't fixed yet. So we got to fix all the freezer units this week, and then hopefully we can get the new one piped in soon, within a few weeks, so before the weather gets warmer.
Don't any tillers watch this right after Frank.
On July 19, 1989, United Airlines...
Okay, we can watch that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
We just have 2 completely new freezer units, so we can get those 2 or 3 old ones offline and not have to worry about them. That'd be ideal. It's costing me $2,000 in refrigerant every 3 months. And if you think that's crazy, like a commercial HVAC company would normally shice you for probably 10 or 15 grand every time. So. Yeah, so that's the old unit that we can't get up and running because there's an oil pressure issue. That's the old unit that the pipe broke that we have to fix. We got the new one running, and we got one of the old ones running. And we're gonna put a new one on that wall. So we're gonna put the new one on that wall, and then we should be okay to turn those 2 off and not have to worry about trying to run those old ones anymore. I don't think there's anything in here to really show you guys that's brand spanking new, but as usual, you know, all of our ground beef, guys, it's coming in fresh every week. It's the freshest meat possible. It comes in on Friday, and we ship it all out by Monday.
There just seems like something wrong, like where every fucking time he makes a video, this broke, that broke, oh, somebody fucked up my roof, oh, my car, like, there's something, like, he has to be trying to scam insurance companies or something. It's just fucking bizarre.
You're getting meat from a cow that was alive a week ago. That's unheard of. I'm not wearing as many layers as I normally do, and I can't remember anything in the freezer to show you guys. I mean, the new lamb steaks, you can see the pictures on the website. And when we have all the goat and all the new lamb cuts finished this week, I'll do a video actually showing everything brand new. Yeah, everything's pretty much in stock. Ever since the economy got a little worse towards the end of last year, the food website, people just aren't spending as much money on like bars and stuff, which is understandable. People just kind of keeping to the minimum and not as many snacks and stuff. Yeah, so if you guys go to organsupplements.com, you'll see the new prostate powder in stock, and a few of the other glandulars are in stock if you guys have been waiting for that. We did run out of the frozen thymus and a lot of the frozen glands on Frankie's Range meat. So if you guys have been waiting for those, I don't know if we can even get those back in. So you're probably going to have to just order the organ supplements thing, which, if anything, is probably more affordable and easier to do. I don't know if there's anything new on the top of Frankie's Range Foods. I can't remember what the newest products we had are besides the candy. We showed you guys the organic Skittles.
Oh. Come here, Gum Gum. Yeah, that's a good baby. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. That's a good Gum Gum. Oh my goodness. What do you know? Look at this. Isn't this great? Isn't this just wonderful and amazing? Look at this. Such a big, handsome kitty. He likes it when I rub his bum. Oh, I love you. You're so beautiful. Yes, come cuddle. My little cuddle buddy. Oh my God. You are so big and handsome. Wow. Such a nice big cat butt. Love my cat butt.
And the organic hard candies last week. The hard candies are actually, I think, reasonably healthy. The Skittles, they're okay. They're passable like a once
Oh yes, candy healthy for you now.
or twice a month craving. We might get them. I don't know if we'll get them this week or next week, or the week after. I don't know. But they also have some organic chocolate truffles that were made with just organic chocolate and organic figs. So I want to bring those in too. See how people like those.
Hello.
And I really want to get. I know I've probably been saying it for a few months.
Oh. Oh my God. Do you guys see this? He's making biscuits. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good baby. You make your biscuits. Oh my God. Oh, I love you. What a good biscuit maker. Yes. Oh. I love you so much, Gum Gum. Yeah, you're so beautiful and sweet. Those are some good biscuits. Oh. Look at him. Oh my God. Oh, what a good baby. Yeah, you know I love you. Oh. He is so cute. Oh my God. You're just so beautiful. Yeah, those are good biscuits. Oh, look at that. Oh my God.
How can he afford a factory and a bunch of cosmetic operations? He complains about not being able to pay his rent and stuff.
He's lying about his finances, and he's just a fucking retarded dumbass. I think, I'm sure he has irresponsible spending and stuff like that, but he's taking in so much revenue that it's just not really that big of a deal. I think the reason he's over-exaggerating his financial problems is because of the lawsuit that he has with Paul Saladino. He's potentially on the hook for $2.8 million, which is a pretty good chunk of change. So, yeah, he's just full of shit. Thanks for the donation, though, Vegan Dragon.
It's now the new protein powder, and that's actually flavored and sweetened, as well as a new bar. But I don't know.
It's a good baby.
I've been in here doing that stuff. We don't really have time for it, so I don't know when that's going to happen. If that's going to happen, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this. I mean, it's the stuff we have is insane, guys. Like even on the food, it shocks me that people don't buy this stuff on the foods website. Like we have organic soft dried Honeycrisp apples. Like I don't know if I have the old product that we were trying to sell, but was just terrible, so I got it at a discount. Like these soft dried apples are absolutely delicious. They're soft. They're enjoyable. I don't understand how these other companies ever existed selling like these crunchy dried apple rings that have skin on them and they're not even like cleaned. It's insane to me what some of these commercial processes do compared to an actual high quality organic product. And it's not just about whether the product's organic or not, it's about the care that went into it, the attention to detail. You know, when using these commercial refined processes with these big businesses.
You want to bet these, those like dried apples and shit that he's selling, they go moldy in like a week?
They just don't care. There's a lack of skill and oversight, so, and they have too much management. Because of those factors, they're not able to offer a high quality product at an affordable price.
Yeah, that's why you can get food anywhere else that's cheaper and isn't rotten, which is why he gets so many fucking chargebacks.
And speaking of price, I was looking at, I haven't checked up on my competitors in a while, like all the other online meat businesses, but I got curious because I knew that meat prices really took a jump last year, and I was like, I'm sure everyone rose their price. Like, dude, the cheapest ground beef online was like $12. We're at like 9 or 10 right now, so we're still 25% below. We're still way cheaper than everyone else online. And on top of us being cheaper, we have the discounts too. So we are closer to being half the price of everyone else than the same price as everyone else. That's how good of a deal we have on our website, Frankie's Range Meat. But that's also why I'm broke. So go figure. Yeah, the meat market really got crushed. And the thing you guys got to be careful about is you got to read the weight on what they're selling, because since the prices have gotten so high, they're selling like 6-ounce burger patties for like $7, which is insane. You know, you got to be really careful and look at the size of the meat versus the price. When we sell something that's 6 ounces, it's usually like around $3. Also why I can't afford to fix my freezer, but that's a whole nother story. Oh yeah, I just got to grab some of the bone broth from
Frank Tufano is living proof you can have room temperature IQ and still make it in business in the US, at least for a time. Hopefully the bankruptcy arc is soon.
Well, you know, if this idiot wouldn't like accuse people of being child rapists for no reason, and start like a bunch of dumb, frivolous lawsuits and get pointless plastic surgeries, he'd be doing fine. Again, according to his tax records, he took in over $5 million in gross revenue last year, or 2024. So, this guy's just a self-sabotaging idiot. If he was just an idiot, yeah, he'd be fine. And again, this just proves you do not need to be smart to make money. In fact, if anything, him being stupid is probably why he was able to make money. Because like anybody who is smart, well, they wouldn't be promoting the carnivore diet. They wouldn't be trying to convince people that eating meat is a good idea. They wouldn't have started some dumb fucking organic free-range meat business thing. So, like, the fact that he's stupid is the reason why he was able to make so much money. Because, like, a smart person would have never done anything he did. So, yeah, there's actually a sweet spot when it comes to money and success. If you're too smart, it generally is an inhibitory factor. Thanks for the donation, though, E-Nation.
Hey VG, you made me become vegan, and you're going to make me become a fellow juice head. I want to get my natty blood work done to see my starting point. What important markers should get checked out? Thanks.
Total test, free testosterone, estrogen, which would be E2. You might want to check your DHT, especially if you're worried about hair loss. I don't think it really matters, though. You also probably want like a good starting marker for kidney and liver function. So I would just get your cystatin C and GGT tested. And if you're going to go on growth hormone, I would also check your thyroid. So that would be free T4, free T3, and thyroid stimulating hormone. I had an issue with my thyroid after going on growth hormone, and it made me have horrific water retention, and I got carpal tunnel from it. And it's once I went on thyroid medication T4, the Synthroid, the water retention went away. I'm still sort of recovering a little bit from the carpal tunnel. Like, it's not affecting my normal daily life. It's just here and there I still get numbness in my hands and like the tips of my fingers, but it's not actually affecting me in any negative way anymore. I had it really fucking bad, dude. Like, holy fuck, it's horrific. It wasn't just carpal tunnel. I had neuropathy up my entire arm because of the low thyroid, and I couldn't sleep. I think that's why I am still having sleep issues, because my sleep got so fucked a few months ago that it just fucked up my whole like circadian rhythm and shit. But yeah, if you're gonna go on growth hormone, I would definitely keep an eye on your thyroid and just get a baseline for your thyroid values. Cause like, holy shit, dude, that is not fun. It's really not fun. But yeah, those are the markers I'd check. Thanks for the donation, though. I am indeed Somalian. And Kindu, thanks for the membership, dude. She has a very nice butt. It's just too bad she's fucking insane. She's pretty hot, though. Yeah, I really like her butt a lot. Very nice behind. It's so weird how they... Like, she's just crazy. I think Nimai Delgado knows she's crazy too, but he just puts up with it because she's hot. Like, some of the weird shit that was going on with their relationship, like apparently he's cheated on her multiple times. That's quite a fucking power move, cheating on a girl like this. I don't know. Like, I maybe he needs variety. You need some white bitches, Asian bitches, black bitches, Colombian bitches. Yeah, they broke up and then got back together a few times, and then they're gonna get married, then they canceled the wedding, then they ended up getting married anyway. I don't know what they're weird. I don't know why Nehemiah would bother with any of that horse shit.
The freezer for the hummus. That was a review someone just emailed me yesterday. Our bone broth was the only one they were able to have without allergic reactions. So it's just a quality thing, you know, where we have the freshest local grass-fed bones. We're using glass bottle mineral water, and we're freezing it immediately. It's not rocket science. It's just there's a lack of quality control and a lack of oversight with these other companies selling these mass-produced bone broths and all that stuff. And they're cheap. They cheap out. They don't care. Water quality is a big one. It's insane for us to do that. It's absolutely insane for us to use glass bottle mineral water in all of our products, and we're cheaper than everyone else, you know? I'm literally spending God knows how much money, $50,000, $100,000 a year on glass bottled water, and no one else is doing it. And it's really like, if some other like jerk-offs were doing this, they would just make it the center of their business.
Dude, those milk crates of packaged meat are never supposed to touch the ground. They need to stay either on those pallets or stored safely elsewhere. That is fucking gross.
I didn't know that, but yeah, I mean, it's Frank. There's a ton of people who complain about getting rotten eggs and spoiled meat and shit from him, and he doesn't get back to them, and then they issue chargebacks. Then he claims they're stealing from him when they're not, and then he like doxes them and shit. It's fucking retarded. So, yeah, I mean, it's Frank. What do you expect? I would imagine. Like, he also touches food with his gross, disgusting fucking hands, and you can see, like, dirt packed into his fingernails and shit. Like, he's a fucking idiot. Thanks for the donation, though. Forgot my namification. Appreciate it.
Flight 232 takes off from Denver, Colorado, heading towards Chicago. It's been nearly an hour since departure, and the plane is now flying over Iowa with a sunny, clear sky and relatively no turbulence. By all accounts, it's a routine flight with 2 very experienced pilots and 1 flight engineer in the cockpit. The plane is on autopilot and is now doing a turn towards a heading of 95 degrees. But then, suddenly, with a violent jolt, everything changes. The plane is a DC-10, and it is outfitted with 3 engines, 1 underneath each wing.
Frank does not dox scammers. He doxes anybody that he has a problem with. So he doxed his former business partner, which actually got him in trouble in court. He did that while he was having an ongoing court case with a guy. I've had people who bought from Frankie's free-range meat business who talked about Frank doxing them and including them in like some stupid lawsuit. They told me the stories that were going on. So they would buy, you know, some package of food from him. It would be like a mix of like, you know, meat and eggs and stuff. There'd be something substantially wrong with the order where every single egg was rotten on the inside and just like very obviously, visibly rotten. There'd be like mold on the inside. It stunk like shit, you know. Then they would just ask for a refund on just the eggs. They'd email him through his like customer support thing on his website. He wouldn't get back to them. They'd email him again, wouldn't get back to them. 2 weeks would go by. And then they're like, okay. Then they contact their credit card company. And then the credit card company says the only thing we can do is charge back the entire order. And then their credit card, and then they're like, okay. And then they get a charge back through the credit card company. And then Frank throws a hissy fit, acting like, oh my God, they stole from me. So like, no, there may be some people who are genuinely trying to scam him. But I've talked to some of the people who've done the chargeback thing with Frank. They genuinely just tried to get like a small refund from him for just one of the things they ordered, and he will not get back to them. He doesn't do any customer support stuff, and then when they issue a chargeback, he freaks out and acts like a fucking retarded baby.
And a third at the base of the tail fin towards the back of the plane. After hearing and feeling the explosive bang, flight engineer Dudley Dvorak reports that it is the rear engine that has failed. Co-pilot William Record takes control of the plane as Captain Alfred Haynes begins an engine shutdown checklist. Though it is alarming to lose an engine mid-flight, it isn't the worst-case scenario. The DC-10 is designed to still be able to fly even if only 2 engines are operational. And so, the crew is able to cut off power to the damaged engine and turn their attention to steadying the plane back out. But this is when they realize just how bad the situation actually is. Because even though the plane is able to continue flying, Co-pilot Records reports that none of the controls are working. Captain Haynes attempts to manipulate the controls as well, and confirms that nothing seems to be functional. While the 2 pilots continue flying to see why the plane isn't responding to the controls, flight engineer Dvorak comes up with their answer. The plane has lost all hydraulic fluid. Hydraulic fluid is needed for nearly every control output on the plane.
I'm going to use your doctors online. What did you tell them? That you are wanting to use or are on steroids? Did you just tell them what markers you wanted checked out?
Yeah, just tell them you're on steroids, you're concerned about your health, and you want some blood work done to make sure everything's okay. So, and then you can ask them specifically what tests you want. They can also give you recommendations like, okay, we'll test this, test that. But every time I've gotten blood work, I tell them exactly what I want checked, and I haven't had any issues. So, oh yeah, you might also just want to get your lipids checked. Especially if you're only on testosterone, you're only going to see like a reduction in HDL, and it's probably going to be very minor, like barely anything. I think my HDL only went down by like 5 points or something, and either you're going to see a small reduction to your LDL or no change at all. Even with very high doses of test, it doesn't seem to actually affect lipids. If you're going to end up taking other compounds, though, especially orals, those can definitely more adversely affect your lipids, especially HDL. But you might want to just get that checked just to, see. I'd also recommend getting a blood pressure cuff. If you have very large arms, get a wrist cuff. If you have normal-sized arms, just get a normal arm cuff. But yeah, just keep track of your blood pressure too. Thanks for the donation. I am indeed Smalian. Are Todd Lee and Avi the only base doctors? No, there's a few others. I think Kurt Havens is pretty good. Got a big kitty. It's very big. Very nice.
For example, in order to make a plane bank to the left, a pilot will turn the control column to the left, causing the left aileron to move up and the right aileron to move down. The hydraulic fluid is a pressurized liquid that allows these ailerons to move up and down once the control column is moved. If there's no fluid, there's no pressure that forces this movement, no matter how hard the control column is turned left or right. Now, because hydraulic pressure is so vital to flying a plane, there are actually 3 separate hydraulic lines that run through a DC-10. These hydraulic systems are independent from one another, so that if one should fail, there are 2 others that can continue providing hydraulic power. There is no procedure to follow should all 3 fail, because the likelihood of this happening was thought to be 1 in a billion, virtually impossible.
Is this just some shit about how they controlled the aircraft with the engines?
And with no hydraulic fluid left,
I think I heard about this story before.
Plane begins banking to the right. If this continues, the plane is in danger of fully rolling over, a situation that there's no recovering from. Flight 232 will crash. Thinking quickly, Captain Haynes realizes that even without hydraulic fluid, they still have at least one control that they can manipulate: the engine throttles. By decreasing the power to the left engine, Haynes is able to slowly level the plane back out. And with the immediate danger addressed, the crew can now turn their attention to the bigger issue. They have no way to fly this plane. Now, what the flight crew don't realize is that even though all 3 hydraulic lines run separately, there is one section in the back of the plane where they come within close proximity, near the rear engine. Later investigations will reveal that within the engine, a fan disc had been produced using metal that was not completely pure, and this manufacturing defect went unnoticed. A crack began to form with each flight the aircraft took, until finally the disc couldn't hold anymore and broke apart within the engine. The resulting explosion severed the hydraulic lines to this rear engine, but it also sent shrapnel flying all around the area, towards the same section where the other 2 hydraulic lines come close together, severing them as well. The result was all lines bleeding hydraulic fluid until they were empty, leaving the flight crew helpless. At this very moment, a flight...
I bet you a woman's to blame for this. don't even know how to keep proper maintenance of a plane. Oh, look at this cat. This is a good kitty. You guys see him here? I love this cat. He's really good and big. He's so chunky. Just a big honking cat. Oh my god. Just so handsome. Do you guys see how good he is? This is a good cat. Oh, there he goes.
Flight attendant comes to the cockpit to get an update on the situation. She can immediately tell things aren't good, and this is confirmed when Haynes tells her to ready the cabin for an emergency landing. Once she returns and begins instructing the other flight attendants to follow suit, she is stopped by a passenger sitting near the back of first class. He asks for information about what is going on, and he seems relatively calm given the situation. That is because he is no ordinary passenger. His name is Dennis Fitch, and he himself is a pilot. But not just any pilot. Fitch is actually a flight instructor for the DC-10, the very aircraft that they are on board.
If a bear attacked Gummy, would you fight the bear? Well, obviously, yeah.
The attendant tells him that the rear engine is shut down and that the captain has reported that all hydraulics are lost. Fitch can't believe what he's hearing, as he knows this aircraft in and out and understands just how unlikely that could be. And yet, if it is true, he also knows that they are almost certainly doomed, because he has studied a previous flight that has had this exact.
Okay, dude, this Vegly app is a fucking scam. Wow. They literally only allow you to message somebody once without paying. That is fucking psychotic. And these prices are fucking outrageous. They charge you $35 in order to send 50 messages. Now, if you know how fucking dating apps work, if you're a fucking man, you're probably gonna have to send like hundreds of messages to really end up getting any good dates if you're an average guy. So like that's fucking insane. Like, oh my god, that is fucking crazy. I can't fucking believe that. Like, yeah, my ass. Like, I'm gonna spend money for that fucking horse shit. Just total bullcrap. Pickled asparagus, Stony Chillers. What's your favorite Bloodhound gang song? I don't think I've ever heard of one. Well, that's a good way to die.
Shut up!
Thanks for the donation, Pickled Asparagus. Yeah, I've never heard of Bloodhound Gang.
Same problem. Just 4 years before United Flight 232 departed on its fated flight, Japan Airlines Flight 123 takes off from Tokyo, en route to Osaka. It'll be a short flight, about 1 hour, but nonetheless, the journey will be made on a Boeing 747. These aircraft are known for their large size and are more typically used for long-distance flights. However, this particular 747 variant is one specifically requested by Japan Airlines in response to high demand for certain domestic routes, such as between Tokyo and Osaka. With this model, fuel capacity is reduced in exchange for strengthening the structure of the aircraft to accommodate more frequent takeoffs and landings. And because it will be used for shorter flights, the business class section is reduced and the economy section is increased, allowing for more seats overall. No other airplane type had a higher capacity at the time, as this 747SR carried a staggering 524 people on this flight. But what no one on board knows is that something is happening in the back of the plane. Just a few years prior, this particular 747 was involved in a hard landing that resulted in a tail strike. There were even some injuries, but no casualties, and the plane needed some serious repairs, especially to the pressure bulkhead in the back of the plane.
Forgot my namification when I tell you don't have to, but you should emulate and play Hungry Ghosts. Might be Menti. Hungry Ghosts. Is that like a Pac-Man ripoff? PS2?
Let me set the scene here.
Is this it?
First taste of gameplay. Hungry Ghost, like I said, is a first-person, exploration-focused survival horror. It makes the combat feel way more immersive. It feels like you are doing
Yeah, I'm
like
not
trolls,
playing
which will
that.
fly and peck at you if you get too close, and curses, which can...
That game looks horrifically annoying. Dude, the field of view is just so bad. That is one of the narrowest, most dumb fuck retard field of views I've ever seen in my life. There's no chance I'm playing that. Thanks for the donation, dude. $2 speaking about plane crashes. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, fucking Grand Theft Auto San Andreas right there. That's pretty unusual. Yeah. It's not something you'd expect to see. Thanks for the donation, too.
This is a curved wall that separates the pressurized air in the cabin from non-pressurized air, acting as a seal. Now, half of this bulkhead was damaged during the tail strike, and so repairs were carried out. The lower half dome of this bulkhead was therefore replaced. But this is where the fix wasn't done properly. In the correct installation, a single splice plate is used to connect both the upper and lower half of the bulkhead. This way, the loads are transmitted evenly across 3 rows of rivets. But during the repair, instead of using one single sheet, the splice plate was cut into 2 parts. This is a big mistake. The top rivet is essentially not carrying any load, as it's not even connected to the lower bulkhead anymore. And so, with each flight after the repair, cracks began to form around this area. And every flight the plane took, pressurizing and depressurizing the cabin, the cracks grew worse and worse. It was only a matter of time until the bulkhead couldn't hold anymore. Only 12 minutes into Flight 123, all 524 occupants feel an explosion.
Forgot my namification when I tell you, that's fine. I just want you to play. You'll hate, lol, make for good streams. You actually should try to figure out how to play the King Kong game. Well, I think it can be emulated on 360 now. So possibly I could do that. What's it called? There is a PC version of that game, but it's like fundamentally broken. You want to play the 360 version. It never got patched.
There is a popular Norwegian spread. It's canned mackerel in tomato sauce. A slang for it is plane crash. Get it?
No, I don't get the joke. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Dragon. I tried playing Gears of War 3. The 360 emulator. It was running fine, and then I got up to the boss with a corpser, and I can't beat it. There's something broken. I don't know if it's like some weird copy protection thing where they don't let you beat the corpser boss if it doesn't pass some like check, but it's not allowed me to fucking play any further in Gears of War 3, the 360 emulator. I'm sure we'll have a decent amount of frustration with RE9. I also need to finish the Cuphead DLC. There's a bunch of games I need to finish. Thanks for the donation, though. Forgot my namification.
Explosive decompression as the pressure bulkhead fractures. Pressurized air rushes into the space behind the bulkhead, an area not designed to handle the instantaneous pressure change. This causes more ruptures in the back of the plane, and the vertical tail fin blows off the aircraft. The explosion is so sudden that everything takes place in less than half a second, and oxygen masks drop as the cabin becomes depressurized.
Plane crash. Look at the image.
I don't get how that resembles a plane crash. I know this smells horrible. Like, if you opened this on an airplane, I could see that causing a plane crash. Thanks for the donation, though, Vegan Dragon. Did I eat all the gummies? Yeah, I did. I have to, poop. Poop needs to come out of my bum. I'm gonna go do that. Poop out of my butt. So, give me a minute so that I can poop. I'll be right back. Oh, man. That was a fair bit of poop that came out. All right. I feel a lot lighter. Like, I actually feel lighter. Anonymous donated $2. Let me see. Oh, this guy's a retard.
Ever got fat because they ate too much protein. People get fat is because they grossly undereat protein and they grossly overeat low quality processed foods full of carbs.
None of that makes, like, the guy's just a fucking idiot. You can consume very high amounts of protein and also eat fucking garbage and get fat. Like, does this guy think Eddie Hall wasn't eating a high-protein diet when he deadlifted 500 kilograms? Like, just fucking idiot. You can eat a high-protein diet and also eat garbage.
He has no ability to store protein as body fat. None whatsoever. Which is why when you eat a ton of protein, your body temperature goes up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, you notice, like, you have big steak for dinner, and then you just start sweating at night. You're like, God, it's so hot.
Never had that experience ever in my life. This guy's just stupid. It is basically impossible to store protein as body fat. But okay. I don't know what point they're trying to make. Like, you do kind of need more than just protein to live. Oh, small little beta male twink on how broccoli is so bad for you.
Is this man-made or natural?
Natural.
It's natural?
Yeah?
It's not. Broccoli is man-made.
No, it can't be.
It is. It's made from a part of a cauliflower, and it's man-made. 50 years ago, we didn't have broccoli. See, every day you learn something, right? This is what a lot of people don't understand.
These are some of the, like, most remarkably stupid people on the fucking planet.
About vegetables. Every single vegetable that we eat has been selectively bred to be very different from its original form.
Yes. It makes it better.
This is done through a process called crossbreeding, where you get two similar plants.
It's not through a process of crossbreeding. It's through a process of deliberate selection. Crossbreeding's one method in which you can breed, plants to have ideal characteristics, but most of the changes from, these natural or wild plants to the cultivated plants, that's just changes that have happened to the plant over generations. They've just been selectively bred. This guy's fucking stupid.
Plants, grow them next to each other, and allow them to cross-pollinate. This combines genetic traits from each plant, and as a result, you get new versions of each plant with slightly different characteristics. Now, you might be wondering, why did we create vegetables? Why didn't we just eat the plants that are available in nature?
Because they're hard to eat, they don't have much nutrition, they require a lot of chewing, they're harder to digest because they're high in latex and shit.
There are 380,000 different identified species of plants. And essentially, without exception, all of these plants taste so bad that nobody would eat them if we didn't put them through this process.
If nobody would eat them, then how the fuck were they cultivated to begin with, you fucking idiot?
The reason they taste so bad is because every single plant has a long list of toxins.
Buddy, have you ever, found a dead squirrel and just ate it? Does meat taste good to you? Okay, then why don't you eat fucking roadkill if meat, this is just so stupid.
Compounds that the plant uses to defend itself.
No. Everything you're saying is fucking stupid. Just out of this world fucking dumb.
Taste buds identify these toxins the same way our nose identifies a terrible smell when...
Okay, your taste buds identify toxins. All right, why don't you, like, eat potassium and tell me if that tastes good to you? Like, it's so weird. None of these ideas make any fucking sense. At all. Waste of time. By the way, that guy's a beta male fucking faggot. He was talking shit about me on Instagram, was too much of a fucking pussy to mention me by name. I only found out about it because somebody who, like, follows these carnivore fucktards told me about it. And I messaged this guy on Insta for a debate, and crickets, won't say shit. The guy's just a fucking pussy. He knows he's a lying, retarded rat fuck, so...
Plane crash, the metal can is the plane and the mackerel and tomato sauce is the people inside the plane after the plane has crashed.
Alright, that's stupid and doesn't make much sense, but thanks for the donation, Vegan Dragon. John Stamos, no tellers, do you think Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris Jackson, is attractive? I'm assuming that isn't Paris Jackson. I don't know why you sent me that, but I've seen that guy before. He's just ugly.
So.
Thank you. My back hurts even more now. Paris Jackson. Is this her? Yeah, looks like that's her. Yeah, she's pretty. So, I don't know if she's, like, insane like her dad, but yeah, she's pretty. She might be. Like, I'm seeing some red flags, like the tattoos and shit. Yeah, she's probably a bit crazy. Yeah, those tattoos are stupid. Anytime you see a chick with stupid-looking tattoos like this, you know they're fucking crazy. Thanks for the donation, though, man.
The flight crew immediately calls out to the Tokyo Control Tower and requests authorization to return to the airport.
Okay, it's been 1, 2, 3, we got
Permission is granted, though now the crew realizes a problem. Because just like United Flight 232, all hydraulic lines have been severed in the explosion, caused by shrapnel flying out in the section where the lines come close together. The plane has become unflyable. With no controls and now a missing tail fin, the plane begins dipping forward and back. This is called phugoid motion. Essentially, as the plane descends, it gains airspeed. But this additional speed causes lift, which makes the plane climb. With no control surfaces to correct this motion, the plane continuously rises and dips in a wave-like pattern. The flight crew realizes that the only control they still have left is engine thrust, and so they begin increasing and decreasing the plane's 4 engines in an attempt to steer back towards Tokyo. If they want to take a right turn, they increase power on the left engines, and lower power on the right. It is an extremely difficult process, but even still, the crew is able to make some progress in getting turned around to head back to Haneda Airport, and they are decreasing their altitude. But now, they have yet another problem looming ahead of them: the Japanese Alps.
Press and repress, donate $3.
You know what? I don't like this.
I got a knife. The knife. You're closer to the victim. It's more personal.
Oh, you're so dirty.
Uh-oh.
You're a naughty boy. Go.
I hit a woman for the first time in my life.
Here, let's watch this because it's so funny.
The girls will.
I'm not watching that.
People protesting for what's happening in Palestine. How?
Not watching that. Thanks for the donation, dude. Can't be fucked watching shorts with stupid, dumbass, loud, fucking annoying music in the background, and it always gets my fucking streams blocked too. It's fucking annoying.
With little ability to control the plane, the crew do all they can to avoid the mountains. Ultimately, there's nothing that can be done. Bracing for impact, the plane crashes into a ridge just north of Mount Mikuni after nearly 30 minutes of flying an uncontrollable plane. Rescuers immediately dispatch to the area, but the situation is dire. The 747 crashed high in the mountains, far past the point any road or path would reach, and with the sun taking away the last bit of daylight, it is virtually impossible to land a helicopter near the crash site. After flying over the burning debris, rescuers believe it is impossible that anyone could have survived. Nearly 14 hours after the crash, with the rising sun, rescuers finally reach the crash site, and here they discover a miracle: movement.
Katie Tungstall donated $2. John McAfee, who founded the antivirus software, was a freak. Well, yeah. He'd cut a hole in the hammock so they could shit through the hole. To do was have girls shit in his mouth.
I think I was grateful because I wanted to finish school.
Oh my god, that's insane. Thanks for the donation, Katie.
They find a woman alive,
though that's hilarious.
Severely injured. Now seeing there's hope, the search is energized and they find a child stuck in a tree. Searching more, they also find a mother and her daughter alive, trapped under debris. Though miraculous that 4 people have survived, it is coupled with the devastating realization that all 520 other occupants of Flight 123 have perished. And even more tragic is that doctors would later determine that more could have survived if rescuers had reached the crash site sooner. And with so many casualties, this crash becomes the deadliest one involving a single plane in history, even until this day. Back on board United Flight 232, just 4 years later, flight instructor Danny Fitch is more aware of this than any other passenger. Knowing that the Japan Airlines flight faced the same issue of losing all hydraulics, Fitch decides to offer his assistance to the flight crew, help that Captain Haynes readily accepts.
Very low. Elevator hard. Roger. We'll have a beer record on that. Well, I don't drink, but I'll sure you have. Little right turn.
Haynes explains to Fitch that they have been using differential engine thrust to fly until this point.
Come on, baby. What's the hydraulic flash? No, zero. All over? Quality's gone. Yeah, all quality's gone.
And Captain Haynes instructs Fitch to take over so that he and co-pilot Records can focus on other potential methods to get the plane safely to the ground.
Tell me what you want, I'll help you. Right, code 1, put 2 up.
And so Fitch stands between the two pilots, a throttle in each hand, increasing and decreasing each based on visual cues and commands from Captain Haynes.
United 232 Heavy, understand, sir. You can only make right turns? That's affirmative.
With over 400 miles left until they reach Chicago, the crew realizes that they will never make it. And with help from air traffic control, they locate a closer airport they can aim for, located in Sioux City, less than 100 miles away.
I have serious doubts about making the airport. Have you got someplace near there that we might be able to ditch? Unless you get control of this airplane, we're going to put it down wherever it happens to be.
And he instructs the flight attendants to prepare everyone for a hard crash landing.
We're going to try and put it into Sioux City, Iowa. Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be rough.
So we're going to evacuate. Sure.
The brakes will be the signal. It'll be over the PA system. Brake. Good luck, sweetheart.
Back in the cabin, the flight attendants begin instructing passengers on the positions to maintain when it's time to brace for impact. And as they look around, they are hit with the startling realization of just how many children are on board. As luck would have it, today is Children's Day, a promotion from United where children can fly for only a penny. There are 52 minors on Flight 232, and many of them are traveling alone. The flight attendants ask for help from several adult passengers, and everyone cooperates to make sure that no child is sitting by themselves. Next, they turn to the 4 children who were young enough to travel without a seat, those under 2 years old. The crew has no choice but to continue following procedure, and have their parents place their children on the floor in front of them and surround the children with pillows and hope for the best.
United 232 Heavy, you're going to have to widen out just slightly to your left, sir, to make the turn to Tufano, and also I'll take you away from the city. Whatever you do, keep us away from the city.
Back in the cockpit, the flight crew is steadily making way towards Sioux City. But the plane keeps pulling to the right. And so, deciding it would be best not to fight it, they corkscrew their way forward, with help from ATC providing directions and heading information. They also begin dumping as much fuel as they can, trying to decrease their weight before landing. And after 2 right-hand circles, it's time to do their first left turn in order to line up with the airport. But even after completing that turn, the plane still keeps drifting to the right, off the path towards the airport. And so, rather than keep fighting it, the crew decides to do another right-hand loop to get back on track.
United 232 Heavy, roger. The airport's currently at your 1 o'clock position, 10 miles. And United 232 Heavy, if you can't make the airport, sir, there is an interstate that runs north to south to the east side of the airport. It's a 4-lane interstate. We're just passing it right now. We're going to craft the airport.
Finally, about 9 miles out of Sioux City, the pilots make visual contact with the airport. They've managed to make it this far, but now they have the worst yet to come as they still need to land. One other problem is that without the hydraulics, the flaps which allow the aircraft to fly at much slower speeds for takeoff and landing cannot be extended. They are, however, able to manually lower the landing gear, letting gravity do the work of locking the wheels in place. And the extra drag from the landing gear helps reduce their speed a bit, but not by much, as they are still going more than double the speed of a typical landing. The entire airport lays open before them, with every runway available. Sioux City Airport has 3 runways, but only 2 of them were active at the time, as runway 22 had been closed permanently a year earlier. The crew hopes to use runway 31. Therefore, the closed runway 22 is used by emergency responders to set up and prepare themselves to assist for what they know will be a bad landing. But just 2 minutes before touchdown, Captain Haynes realizes that they aren't lined up at all for runway 31, and they don't have time to make corrections. But as luck would have it, they are lined up almost perfectly with runway 22.
United 232 Heavy, the wind's currently 360 at 11, 360 at 11, you're cleared to land on any runway.
You want to be particular and make it a runway, huh?
010 at 11, and there is a runway that's closed, sir, that could probably work too. It runs northeast to southwest.
Pretty well lined up on this one, or I think we will be.
Immediately, responders rush to clear the closed runway and make way for the plane.
Yeah, that's a closed runway. That'll work, sir. We're getting the equipment off the runway, and they'll line up for that one.
How long is it?
At the end of the runway, it's just a wide open field, sir, so the length won't be a problem.
And with nothing left they can do, everyone straps in, and Captain Haynes calls out to the passengers to brace themselves.
Plane of 19, he's coming down real fast down the south end. Okay, all right, come on. He's on fire. He's down.
Unfortunately, despite the crew's best efforts, the uncontrollable plane finally gets the best of them. Just above the ground, the plane dips sharply to the right, and the right wing strikes the ground. The plane immediately begins breaking apart and ignites in a fireball as the wreckage continues skidding down the runway and into nearby cornfields. Emergency responders rush to the scene.
It's negative 10 degrees and we just had a snowstorm, so I don't think I'll be able to get my e-bike out and do an IRL late night bike ride.
And everyone fears it'll be just like Japan Airlines all over again. And yet, as they approach, passengers begin streaming out of the wreckage. Responders begin evacuating and attending to any survivors they can find, and survivors themselves also assist each other. One man escapes the burning wreckage only to hear a baby crying from somewhere in the plane. Risking his own life, he goes back in and finds a baby which somehow during the impact became trapped in an overhead bin.
Gross.
He is able to escape with the child, reuniting her back at the impact. It takes them 40 minutes, but finally they discover its broken and charred remains after seeing flight engineer Drojak waving his arms from the wreckage. Captain Haynes, co-pilot Records, flight engineer Drojak, and flight instructor Fitch are all alive, though in critical condition. They are freed from the wreckage and join the other survivors who are now being raced to the nearby trauma center. By the end of the rescue efforts, it's a bitter moment. 113 people perished after the crash, including 11 children. It is a situation that no one should have walked away from, a crash that seemed impossible to survive. And yet, 183 people made it. A combination of skill from the crew, good communication, and a little bit of luck meant that more than half of Flight 232 lived to see another day. Now, both these crashes unfolded under completely different circumstances. The United flight lost its hydraulics over one of the flattest parts of the United States, while Japan Airlines found itself over mountainous terrain. They were flying different aircraft with vastly different mass and control characteristics. And crucially, Japan Airlines had lost its vertical stabilizer, a failure that made a controlled landing physically impossible. And the fact that the crew managed to keep the aircraft in the air for over half an hour is nothing short of extraordinary. But what these two incidents do have in common is that they reveal just how catastrophic the loss of all hydraulics can be. And they also have something else in common.
Moved from Niagara Falls, NY all my life to New Orleans 2 years ago. Having warm weather in February is god tier, couldn't go back to that cold. Would you ever consider staying in Thailand or another warmer country?
I don't know about Thailand. Thailand looks like there's, a fair bit of fun shit about it, nice things, but it's got a lot of bullshit. I really don't like the police and legal system there. So I want to be left the fuck alone by the government. So, yeah, I would consider, like, moving to the States or something, like Florida or whatever, but, there's weird, retarded bullshit no matter where you go. Like, if I move to the States, I don't like some of the, like, it depends on the state and everything and other things, but I don't like a lot of the state's, like, tax code. I don't like, a lot of their drug laws, like with weed. Steroids are still, like, a Schedule 3, thing there, too. The private healthcare is just fucking retarded. So, like, there's weird stuff that you have to deal with, like, anywhere you go. But yeah, cold weather is just horrendous. I'm not entirely sure what I should really do about it. But, it's just awful. Thanks for the donation, though, Nation.
To this day, both incidents are regarded as some of the most remarkable examples of pilot skill. United 232 is often cited as one of the clearest examples of crew resource management in action. A captain, first officer, flight engineer, and even a training captain, all working together, sharing control inputs, and communicating constantly. But aviation didn't always operate that way, and in fact the culture that made that kind of collaboration possible was born out of tragedy. One famous example of bad communication leading to tragedy is the Tenerife disaster in 1977, when two 747s filled with passengers collided almost head-on the runway. The absolute worst-case scenario.
Is hij er niet afgekomen? Is hij er niet af? Die Pan American?
And to understand how this happened, I created a full-length video detailing the exact radio exchanges and mapping out the chain of events that led to the collision. This video is part of an entire series of videos I created called Underexposure. In this series, I created in-depth documentaries about high-stakes events that reshaped our world. And this series is exclusive to Nebula, which is a streaming service that I am building together with
The Philippines is not better than Thailand. You're out of your fucking mind, dude. They murder political dissidents, basically. They use their stupid drug laws where they can use capital punishment against drug dealers to murder people they don't like. So basically, if a politician doesn't like somebody, they'll say, hey, police, do your thing. Then the police will arrest you. They'll plant drugs in your, like, backpack or something, make it look as though you're a fucking drug dealer, and then they execute you to death. The Philippines sucks. It's just stupid. And Filipino people are out of this world fucking stupid. The United Nations, in a rare occasion, did something based, which they outright stated, this is a human rights violation, what the Philippines are doing with their legal system. And then these fucking idiots were convinced by politicians that this is an affront to our freedom as a nation, our sovereignty. And then they're like, yeah, we should be able to fucking murder people who are innocent of things. And politicians should be able to kill people they don't like. So, yeah. You know, nobody knows what's good for them. They're so stupid. So,
And it's Israel doing it, General Clark. Be a patriot. Be a patriot. Stand up for America, not for Israel.
Can we have American boots on the ground? I think we're talking about some kind of air attack. I think we have for too long ignored the Iranian opposition. We haven't coordinated with them. But I also believe at this moment that the regime in Tehran is at its weakest point since it took power in 19...
Will be joining us shortly. So welcome to all of you.
Thank God she's here.
Annika Lebon, it looks increasingly... welcome back to Uncensored, first of all. Just in terms of where we are with this, the scale of the build-up of the military on the United States side suggests that a military strike is almost inevitable. Is that a good thing?
Yes, it is absolutely a good thing. We have a regime who we've just witnessed committing an unprecedented massacre, one of the worst atrocities in modern times. And there really is no way for this regime to go down by just simply relying on the Iranian people. They do not have weapons. They do not have any means to take this regime out. The idea that the Iranian people should free themselves is as absurd as saying a person who is kidnapped and held hostage in somebody's basement without any weapons should free themselves. And so there really is no other means to take this regime out. And so now we're in a position where this regime has gone as far as it can possibly go. It's funded its proxies across the Middle East. It has supported massacres such as October 7th. It has shown unrelentless signs of committing its empire expansion across the Middle East. It has embedded and entrenched in its ideology its intent to do so. It has killed Israelis, Iranians, even Muslims, and there really is no better solution for humanity than to remove this regime with targeted strikes on military bases, which, by the way, is a rescue operation and really doesn't need to be framed as a war.
Chen Yuga, welcome back to Uncensored. Always good to have you. When I hear someone like Elika talking...
There's a fucking vegan chick who's on steroids and looks fucking jacked on this vegan dating app, but she lives in fucking Brooklyn. It gives me fucking recommendations for people who are in the fucking States. Fucking stupid. Yeah, dude, even when I put on the distance thing, like, oh my God, the amount of people who are from fucking Quebec, it's nauseating.
In such a emotive way about this, I completely understand why a lot of people who have a vested personal interest in Iran and have so many people they know there, obviously, feel this strongly about it. But I'm skeptical when I hear people like John Bolton, because it reminds me exactly of the build-up to the Iraq War, which I opposed as editor of the Daily Mirror in the UK. I led the media campaign against it over here and was very sad and angry when I failed in that campaign. I wish I'd been successful. But it's the same kind of jungle drums beating. And the problem is, once you go into a place like Iraq, as it turned out, or now Iran, then it's very hard to control the sequence of events that follows. I don't see this as being as clean a situation as, say, Venezuela, where you just take out Maduro and everyone goes home. I think this could be a real hornet's nest.
Yeah. So,
No.
Young Turks is the longest running show in online history, so we were on the air during the Iraq War build-up, and we were one of only 2 national shows screaming, no, don't do it! Don't listen to people like John Bolton. The neocons have always been wrong, preposterously wrong. They said, oh, Iraq has weapons of mass destruction, it's so dangerous, we have to go in. They said it was connected to 9/11. It was all lies. Now here comes the same liars lying to us again on behalf of Israel and saying...
Like, by the way, it's not all lies. Iraq was, in fact, trying to develop nuclear weapons. A number of their attempts were, you know, destroyed. At least one occasion by Israel.
Oh my God, Iran is so dangerous. Weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, that's the ticket. We'll use that same BS argument. And then the second argument...
What do you mean, same BS argument? Like, we know they had... I mean, they didn't even fucking lie about it. They had uranium that was enriched to near weapons-grade levels.
Coming from John Bolton and the Israelis is hilarious. We care so much about the Iranian people. Those Muslim lives mean so much to Israel and to the neocons. That's why we have to bomb them and kill them. Get out of here. Nonsense. So, look, for the folks...
I'm sorry. He's playing that game. So when he complains about Palestinian children dying, like that's all bullshit.
On here who are Iranian, there are plenty of Persians who say, yeah, we hate this current government. I don't blame them for that. I have great sympathy for them in that regard. But you could say, hey, the Iranian people would like this. Trust me, bro. Maybe. The Israelis can say, we demand another...
They're literally begging the United States. Literally begging them.
war in the Middle East on our behalf. Iran is 4 times the size of Iraq, and that one cost you a couple of $1 trillion. And
Iran couldn't defeat Iraq when they were at war, and the United States defeated Iraq within a matter of days. So, like, this idea, oh, but Iran's 3 times bigger. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that matters.
And hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives.
Like, look how much bigger Russia is compared to Ukraine. How are they doing in the war?
But we demand that America listen to our orders again, and that's exactly what they're doing. Or we can listen to the American people. How is this a difficult choice? You cited a poll where 70% of Americans said we don't want this. There's another poll out that says 85%. So if we were having a panel here that was representative of the American people, it would be at least...
Oh, okay. So, the majority of Americans wanted Trump to be president. So, like, what does that fucking tell you? So a bunch of retarded, dumb fuck, like, imbecilic morons who doesn't know what's good for them, doesn't want the U.S. to go to war with Iran. Oh, okay, that matters, right? Why don't you do a poll on how many Americans are okay with, gay marriage or transgenderism? Like, oh, well, I guess we should ban gay marriage, and we should also ban trannies and shit, right? That goes along with your progressive values. Look at this, like, fucking bloated, like, idiot troll. Like, imagine taking anybody who looks like this seriously. What a fucking idiot.
8 people saying, no, don't go in, it has nothing to do with us, and 2 people going, yeah, we need it for Iran, and 1 person for Iran, and 1 person going, we need it for Israel. So we don't need it at all. It's going to be an epic disaster if we get in. Unfortunately, the president's a bit of a child, so the Israelis lead him around by the nose. Attack their sites. No, get their uranium. No, get their ballistic missiles. No, make sure they don't support the proxy groups. Constantly pushing the American people into their stupid, endless wars where we waste so many lives and the entire American treasure. We did $8 trillion on the global war on Israel's enemies. Enough. Serve America. Going into this war would be absolute madness, and it would turn into disaster. On behalf of the American people, I say loudly, no.
Okay, Goldie Gamara, you fled Iran as a toddler. No one is more personally invested in its future than somebody like you. What is your response to Cenk Uygur?
I mean, this whole Jews control the world trope is just becoming very old. This is, please don't interrupt me, Cenk. I let you spout your jihadi propaganda. I don't have the time or patience to deal with your nonsense. All right, you know what? Piers, I actually just sent you a clip of the Islamic regime, state TV, airing your interview from last time where they are defending Cenk and they're attacking me. I just sent that clip to your producer. So, you have to ask yourself, when you have the Islamic regime defending the arguments of someone like Cenk, it makes you wonder, is Cenk working for the regime or is he being a useful idiot for them? All I'm saying is that, these anti-Semitic tropes, no one's buying them anymore. Ultimately, the Iranian people have
Cenk is such a fucking idiot.
Made it very clear what they want. And as you can see, the fact that even I'm speaking is threatening Cenk so much that he feels the need to laugh and interrupt. But, I do not listen to the words, or I don't even want to legitimize the words of anyone who is being defended by the Islamic regime, because you don't go on the Islamic regime state TV unless you're basically sanctioned by Khomeini. So it's very strange to me that someone who claims that they're America first is being defended by the Islamic regime.
Yeah.
Well, to be clear, I don't think Cenk has gone on Iranian state TV. They've used a clip of him, right?
Exactly. They use a clip of him to defend his arguments about how Israel is behind everything. So again, when your arguments line up with
yeah. So I'm America first, but the Iranian regime is saying, see, oh, look, he's based. Does
that mean we agree with you?
When the Islamic regime is basically relying on the arguments of someone like Cenk Uygur, especially with these anti-Semitic tropes, I think it just goes to show how
21st Century Tillers, are you lonely? Be honest, nigger. No. You look miserable spending time on a vegan dating app. That's a complete scam and probably run by meat eaters, lol. I know for a fact it's not run by meat eaters. If you were a real man, you'd get what you want. You'd find a girl on Instagram that you want and get her. It's kind of an issue with distance, so... Thanks for the donation, 21st.
How strange the situation.
Okay, let me bring in Dave Smith. Dave Smith, welcome back to...
You're all anti-Semites if you don't go to war for Israel. Yeah, nobody's buying that crap anymore. Go fight your own wars. Besides which, you obviously work for the Israelis. So why shouldn't we listen to anyone who works for the Israelis?
Last time I checked, your name is not Dave Smith. You may like it to be, but it's not. No. So let me come to the actual Dave Smith. Dave, I'm seeing a lot of this pushback, actually, from people on the Iranian side saying this whole debate gets quickly framed as this is what Israel...
Why is this dumbass even on here? It's just to piss people off. That's the only reason he's fucking on here. He's one of the most ignorant fucktards imaginable. This guy watched some dumbass interview with Tucker Carlson, and he started saying Winston Churchill was the real villain of World War II. Like this guy can't even think for himself. He's a fucking like Jesus Christ. If you're saying something like that, like I'm pretty sure you're, if not a full-blown Nazi, you're on the fucking spectrum.
Wants to do in Iran, when actually there might be perfectly legitimate reasons why the United States, for its own defense and for its own geopolitical reasons, may want to dismantle this Iranian regime.
All I hear is excuses. There's no issue with distance. You make it an issue. The issue comes from within your emotions. You make her come to you. Make yourself attractive enough for her to want to do that. You're not finding anyone nearby to you.
That's great. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Well, okay, but this is an argument I've seen. What is your response to that argument? That it's not just that Israel's bidding, it actually suits America to do this. And indeed, I've seen people like Saudi Arabia and others saying, they've been reported as saying they're perfectly happy if the US wants to do this.
Well, I mean, first off, I'll defend Cenk. I don't know. I think I'm the only Jewish guy on the panel here. There's nothing even remotely anti-Semitic about what Cenk said. And obviously,
I'm Jewish, so I could like say something anti-Semitic or not. This is like saying, oh, Tommy Sotomayor is black, so how can anything he says be racist? This is the same guy who fucking said black people should be kept as slaves. He hates niggers. Black women are the dumbest bitches on the fucking planet, and white women are superior. Like, the guy is literally Uncle Ruckus. I mean, go fuck yourself, Dave Smith. You're a fucking white guilt faggot. Like, just beta male bitch cuck. And then this fucking asshole's using the Jew card. I'm Jewish and I'm fine with somebody saying Jews are evil. That's not anti-Semitic. Go fuck yourself, fucking dumb cuck.
How many girls are on that app within 60 miles? Probably less than 10. And half of them are across the border in the US, so you can't get those either. I bet you paid for the app BTW, or you will, despite saying you won't. Just like everything you do. Weak.
There's actually a lot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's actually a lot within a 60-mile radius. Thanks for the donation, 21st.
Piers. There's no, I don't.
Do you speak for the
No,
Jews?
I think all this. No, I don't. I think actually all this identitarianism is pretty stupid. But I think it was pretty stupid to call Cenk anti-Semitic for saying that. Obviously, Israel. I mean, Piers, it's just completely undeniable that Israel wants this war. Every other week, Netanyahu comes here, and when he does, that's all they talk about. And if you want to say that, I mean, look, of all the wars, in fact,
That's not what he said. He said Israel's telling America what to do. That's a Jewish conspiracy theory. That Jews run America.
John Mearsheimer and Walt wrote that great book, The Israel Lobby. And they had a couple of great anecdotes in there where U.S. officials were saying during the Iraq War to the Israelis, like, hey, shut up, because you're making this look like this is a war for Israel. Like, you don't want to reveal that too much. In this case, this is clearly a war for Israel. I mean, that's what the geopolitical motivator is here. And listen, for both you guys,
Right, it's a war for Israel. That's why Iranian state TV is replaying clips of fucking jank. That's why the Iranian people themselves are begging the U.S. to attack. I mean, like, this makes no fucking sense. The only people, like, fucking Saudi Arabia was in support of the U.S. attacking. No one likes Iran. They're assholes. They're trying to do this jihadist, Muslim expansionist bullshit. They're funding terrorism in the region. No one fucking likes them. The idea that, oh, Israel would benefit for it, so it's a war for Israel. Literally everyone, aside from Russia and China, would benefit from Iran, the Iranian regime collapsing. Like, it's the dumbest fucking argument imaginable.
An anti-government guy across the board. I'm anti-all governments, including the mullahs and the Ayatollah. But if you're actually arguing that U.S. foreign policy moves based on humanitarian impulses, it's just too ridiculous. I mean, we back the Saudis in their genocide of the people of Yemen. We back Israel in their genocide of the people of Gaza. We back all types of just brutal regimes.
So this is just absolutely fucking retarded. This is like 9-year-old dumb retard brain bullshit. To some extent, you're going to have, like a callous interest in geopolitical strategy and, prioritizing your own well-being. But the idea that the again, this is just communist brain rot, fucking retard horseshit. This is like the kind of Soviet Chinese propaganda that you see. This is where the white guilt bullshit comes from. Oh, the United States is just pure evil. They just do things completely out of self-interest. They don't care about like genocides and holocausts or anything. As long as they can make money, they'll just like kill children. Like this is all Soviet and Chinese communist propaganda. It's just such nonsensical retardation. The billions and billions and billions of dollars in humanitarian aid that the United States, sends across the world, you just can't account for that under this kind of worldview that, oh, the US is just some, like, evil empire.
Dave Smith is just like Prime Minister Chamberlain. We could have gone to the war with Nazis, but no, he appeased them, leading to the deaths of more than 15 million people and 6 million Jews were genocided. Would Dave take this stance if he was gassed to death?
Well, I'm pretty sure the white guilt beta male cuck is strong with this one, so yeah, maybe. Thanks for the donation, eh?
The United Arab
You're
Emirates.
not blocked. We all see your messages.
And their role in Sudan right now, that doesn't stop us from backing them. So the idea that this has anything to do with like the treatment of the Iranian people, that's all just ridiculous. It's not about that. And Piers, all those people, all those same people who you correctly stood up and fought against, who wanted to lie us into Iraq, they've all in their own words admitted that Iran has always been the goal, that eventually we get regime change there too. And as far as the idea that, well, we can do a regime change without boots on the ground. It's possible, maybe they can locate where the Ayatollah is and take him out. And maybe that does, unlike the situation in Venezuela, actually take out the regime. But there's every reason in the world to think that that would be the worst thing for the Iranian people. You look at examples like Libya or Syria, where we were able to orchestrate regime changes without massive numbers of troops on the ground. And it's a disaster for the people. Libya is a failed state to this day. And that is what Benjamin Netanyahu is quite happy to make Iran, because they see that as advantageous to them. And so, yeah, that's all a big part of this, and why any sane American would want to support.
This is just such nonsensical bullshit. Okay, so based on this logic, the United States should have never intervened in World War II, because if you take out the Nazis, something worse is going to be put in its place, right? So I guess we shouldn't try to overthrow North Korea because something worse would be put in its place. Anytime there's like a fascist dictatorship that's genocidal, well, let's just let them do whatever they want to do, because if we do anything, something worse will take its place, right? Like, this is just fucking idiotic.
This policy. It makes no sense. As Cenk said, no one wants this war. None of the other states in the region want it. Europe doesn't want it. Your own country, Piers, has been given pushback to the U.S. over the last 48 hours about it. The American people don't want it. The only people who want this war are Israel and the Israel lobby, essentially.
That's not true.
Elika, I can see you frowning there, Elika. What's your response to Dave Smith?
First of all, the idea that Israel wants this war and therefore that negates everything else in the universe just proves that this anti-Zionist ideology makes Israel the sun around which they orbit. And when they orbit Israel like the sun, nothing else exists to them anymore. It is perfectly possible for multiple people to align in a shared goal. Of course, Israel wants this war. Why would Israel not want to take out a regime that has been terrorizing them through their proxies, not just for the past 2 years, but for the past decades? Of course, it is in Israel's interest, as it should be, because why wouldn't you want a terrorist state that has an eschatological vision of eliminating you for justice to arrive on earth to be eliminated, okay? Yes, we all understand it is Israel's goal, and good for them that it's their goal, okay? Second of all, the Iranian people also have their own sovereignty, their own national interests in mind, and those are aligned goals. Now, it isn't just the Iranian people, it isn't just the Israeli people. If you do not eliminate the Islamic regime, you end up in a forever war that ultimately implicates the US. And so if you don't want war, you take out this regime. You said you could do diplomacy with the regime all of these years. You tried to do the JCPOA, you tried to do this Obama-style diplomacy, and then what happened down the line? Their proxies just kept getting stronger. They continued to do their attacks all over the Middle East. They did October 7th, and what happened when October 7th happened was that Israel had to go to war with Hamas, and guess what? The US had to be implicated to defend its ally. So if you don't want a forever war, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, you have to eliminate the source of the forever war. You have to eliminate the people. You have to eliminate the people who make war inevitable. Israel has only ever responded to the acts of the regime and its proxies. And to go even further, it was actually very popular at the time to say no to war with Germany, to say no to war with the Nazis. But guess what? All of those deaths that ensued, those were deaths that made were made inevitable by the Nazis because they were relentless. You had the Peace for Our Time, the Munich Agreement, where everyone was like, finally, we're going to have peace. Then they invaded Poland. And you can see these people who are ideological extremists will always inevitably pull the entire world into war. So if you are anti-war, fantastic. Let's eliminate this regime so there's no more wars and no more threats to the United States and the rest of the world.
Okay, let me just take a short break from the panel. I'll come back to you in a moment. I want to just move now.
Get fucked, you beta male cuck bitches.
Dave Smith referenced the infamous list which held that Iran was always the aim in the Middle East, and we're now joined by the former NATO commander, General Wesley Clark. General Clark, great to have you back on Uncensored.
Thank you.
There was, of course, this famous Pentagon memo, which you saw shortly after 9/11. You said it described a plan to take out 7 countries in 5 years, beginning with Iraq, ending with Iran. The other countries were Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, and Sudan. Some will look at this and say, well, this is the fruition of the plan, and Iran is the last one standing. Lebanon, of course, a bit more complicated, but the others have all gone through regime change. What would you say to people that think that?
Well, I'd say that that was over 20 years ago that memo was written, and the U.S. government doesn't really have plans that extend that far. So it wasn't really a plan. That was a concept that came out of the neocons, and maybe it was a plan that they thought they could eliminate all those regimes that might be hostile to the United States in the region. But it never really resolved itself into a plan, per se. It just happens. And when you are a country like the United States and you find opponents around the world, and particularly Iran, calling us the great Satan and so forth, Iran's been on the warpath against the United States from the very beginning. They targeted the Marine barracks in Lebanon, killed 283 people with a truck-mounted bomb. It was a terrible tragedy. They went after the French embassy. We actually, in the United States, we held back the Shah in Iran. We sent a 4-star general to Iran in 1978 to tell the Iranian generals, don't interfere with the emergence of real democracy in Iran. And so they blocked the Iranian military that was loyal to the Shah from keeping the Shah in power. We actually helped Khomeini get to power. Now, we didn't intend that. We thought a man named Shapur Bakhtiar was going to take the reins, but he was quickly overthrown by the fundamentalists like Khomeini. But the point is that the United States didn't begin this fight with Iran. Khomeini decided that to purify his regime, to have a moral purpose in life, and for the Iranian people, he wanted to go after enemies. And so he picked 2 enemies, Israel and the United States. So the fact that after 40 some odd years, we're turning now to Iran and people are talking about regime change, it's sort of a natural course of events.
General Clark, from a purely military perspective, the sheer size and scale of the American military build-up here around Iran is reminiscent of 2003 and the build-up before they went into Iraq.
$2.82, let me see.
Oh, yeah, what up? Appreciate it, my son. Appreciate it. Push-ups and things. I'm Nazi killer. Okay, hold it up. Oh, shit. I'm gonna be buff by the end of this hour. Okay. Appreciate it.
That's good. Thanks for the donation, too.
Is there a point where, as someone put it to me back in 2003, the American military train has left the station? In other words, it reaches the point when it has to do something.
No, I don't think that's the case. These assets are deployable and they can be redeployed quite easily. 2 aircraft carriers, they sail off. The aircraft squadrons redeploy. It can be done. It's not a use it or lose it kind of situation. Putting those forces there doesn't inevitably mean they'll be used. No.
In terms of
when people talk like that,
the obvious question. Yeah, sorry.
You had ground troops that were over there in 2003. You don't have any ground troops there, so you can sail off, fly off, no problem.
And in terms of what an American attack might look like, and it may be, by the time this post America's done something, what is the most likely form of attack? It presumably won't be anything like we saw in Venezuela with a very quick surgical strike which removed Maduro and got him out. And presumably it won't be like the strikes we saw last summer on the Iranian nuclear facilities. So what would this one look like?
I would suspect that it would be first. Of course, you've got to clear out the air defense radars and whatever residual air defense is there. So you have freedom of operations in the skies. And that includes going after aircraft that could be used to intercept you at air bases and so forth. But I don't think there's that much left. It seems to me that could be done very quickly. Maybe a few sorties during one night could handle most of what's there. And then you're going after the ballistic missile systems. where they're stored, where they're produced, where the launchers are, where the underground storage is. That's a tougher problem. That might take several days, maybe weeks. And then you start on the headquarters of the IRGC, and finally you go after the nuclear. So if you're going to do a limited strike, probably you take out the any air defense radars, and you start on the ballistic missiles. A night, maybe 2 days.
But if your mission is to affect regime change, how would that come about?
I don't think that's the mission at this point. I think the president is looking at a limited strike to try to get a negotiated settlement. But what the United States is asking for is something more than what we obtained in 2015 through President Obama's efforts. So we'd be looking at no nuclear enrichment or minimal nuclear activities at all. Maybe that would be a compromise.
Has Piers Morgan gotten better at not talking over people?
Maybe a little bit. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Dragon. PP, poo-poo, bum-bum.
And then stop the ballistic missile program and get rid of that axis of resistance. And on these latter 2 points, Iran doesn't seem to be prepared to compromise. And so there may not be a compromise in this, but I think the president wants to go at this, hopefully, and get a diplomatic solution rather than pound away at Iran with air power.
I spoke to Ambassador John Bolton earlier, who was saying that he believes the Iranian regime has never been weaker, and therefore there's never been a better time to try and take it on. Would you agree with that?
I think the regime is weaker in terms of public support, in terms of the economic structure, but actually this regime has shown itself to be, and the Iranians themselves are working.
Cenk Uygur, I mean, there's your answer from a former commander of NATO forces, which is it's not just about Israel wanting this to happen. It is in America's strategic interest to prevent Iran developing nuclear weapons.
Nonsense. So, I mean, I really respect General Clark. I don't know what's happened to him. That letter was very...
Here we go.
Clear. They did, the neocons and Israel First did execute it. They have knocked out 6 to 7 of those countries, just like they said they would. They've gone to Iran at the end, just like they said they would. If we're talking about a country that is destabilizing the region and the world with endless wars, that country is Israel. I mean, look, this whole thing is topsy-turvy. The whole framing of the discussion is ludicrous. Israel has attacked 7 of its neighbors, not Iran. Israel forced us into the Iraq war, and they said it would be easy, and it was a disaster. They said they were doing it for the Iranian people, and then we wound up killing hundreds of thousands of Iraqis. We lost thousands of our own men. The fake weapons of mass destruction evidence came from where? It came from Israel. They pushed us into the war with Libya. Now there's modern-day slavery back in Libya. Every war they have pushed us into has cost us trillions. Hold on, General Clark. Hold on. They have cost us trillions of dollars. And you know that. And they have cost us blood and treasure. And it's Israel doing it, General Clark. Be a patriot. Be a patriot. Stand up for America, not for Israel. I'm not going to go to another war for Israel. We're not going to spend trillions more for Israel. We're not going to lose American soldiers for Israel. The Israelis have bought 94% of Congress. The Israelis have bought...
Every time it's like just... It's the Jews' fault for everything rant.
Donald Trump, and this is a fact, and you guys keep obfuscating these facts.
Can we have some respect for the general, please? I think he doesn't deserve to be screamed at.
No, he's interrupting me. He should have respect for the American people, 85% of whom do not want to go. General Clark, why are you pushing us into this war when 85% of Americans don't want it? And you yourself know that the neocons have wanted this war for 20 years. Our interest? What interest? We said nuclear, and then we got rid of their nuclear facilities. Then now all of a sudden ballistic missiles. General Clark, tell me with a straight face that we have a right to demand that any country end their ballistic missile program.
Why don't you
He's got him annoyed. Oh, that's hilarious.
Missiles, we'd have to get rid of the whole world for Israel.
Like literally telling him to shut the fuck up.
Imagine if you had 2 Jews go onto a podcast, hypothetically, during the 1940s to defend the Jewish PPA and ask for help. Meanwhile, 2 other PPA, one being Jewish, tells the US not to go to war for them. This is literally what we're watching. Disgusting.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid. And, like, he's not even making an argument. It's just, the Jews want this. Like, that's all he has to say. Thanks for the donation, eh?
Speak, Cenk. Let him respond.
To other people. Now, you want to hear what I say? Listen. First of all, there is no they there. We've been through the Bush administration. There were neocons. We've been through the Obama administration. There were no neocons there. We've been through the Trump administration. He didn't want a war. We've been through the Biden administration. Now we're another Trump administration. When you say they, there's no they there. There's no secret plot behind
this. The Israeli lobby is the #1 donor to every single person you mentioned. Biden, Trump, every one of them. The Israeli lobby has been here the whole time, General Clark.
Cenk, please let General Clark finish his point.
Common courtesy. Now, just
I
be quiet
agree.
and
I agree. Cenk,
let
the general respond.
And I'm going to say it not just to you, but to all the other panelists. So there's no they there. This is about national interests. And you can go through these states one by one. First of all, I was against the invasion of Iraq. I knew it was a mistake and it wasn't going to work out well. I was against it. But it's the men and women in uniform. Of course, you're not against your own soldiers fighting. You want them to succeed. But the mission was a bad mission, and I called it for that. Syria, there was a revolution there. President Obama said Bashar Assad shouldn't stay in charge. But unfortunately, he did until Turkey got rid of him. On Libya, I warned the United States not to intervene because there was no follow-on for that, and we've still got a mess in Libya. We've never been able to come to terms with Darfur, Sudan, and what's happening in the center of Africa. Now, when you turn to Iran, Iran has been a continuous problem for the United States. They killed hundreds of our soldiers with explosively formed penetrators when we were in Iraq. They started this thing back in the late 1970s, early 80s. They assassinated a bunch of Iranian generals because they'd been to school in the United States. So what's their beef with the United States? They want trouble from the United States. That's their raison d'etre. That's what keeps the, well, you can shake your head, but I'm telling you, look at the propaganda. So is Israel concerned? Of course Israel should be concerned. As the Ayatollah has said and others, when they get nuclear weapons, they're going to use them. Now, I've been all through the Gulf leadership. Maybe you've talked to those leaders too, but I have, and they don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. They can't do much about it, but they hope that we will. And unfortunately, the agreement that we thought we solved it with in 2015 was thrown out in 2018. And I agree that that agreement wasn't a great agreement. It didn't stop their ballistic missiles, and it didn't stop their axis of resistance. It didn't deal with Hezbollah, but it was an agreement. Now,
there's a number of people kind of misinterpret why Trump threw out that nuclear agreement. There's valid reasons to do it. One, it had to do with the economic sanction thing. The deal that Obama made got rid of economic sanctions on Iran and strengthened them. There was also not enough protections to prevent them from actually developing nuclear weapons. So, yeah, basically, it just wasn't a good deal. And the U.S. just wanted to make sure, like again, Trump doesn't know anything. Okay? He doesn't know anything about the Iran nuclear deal. He doesn't know shit. He's like a fucking retard. So there are advisors that told him the issues with the deal that Obama had brokered with Iran, and they moved forward with just trying to change the negotiation. That's all there is to it.
We don't have anything. And so we're on the precipice of another set of military strikes in the region. Is that a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. It'd be a lot better if Iran would simply become a normal state, engage in trade, work with its neighbors, stop trying to take over the region, stop threatening Israel. But Iran doesn't seem, under its present regime, to want to do that. So that's where we're headed. Thank you, Piers.
Okay, let me wait 1 second. I will come to everybody, but I want to get Dave Smith's response to that. Dave Smith.
Okay, well, I mean, if the general who is on the record, not just on that Amy Goodman interview, but here on this show, Piers, who said the plans went back a decade before that, and that they were resurrected in a study paid for by the Israelis, if he's walking away from that or saying, well, yeah, that happened, but there were 4 different administrations in there, so there's no they there. Well, as Cenk was pointing out there, Benjamin Netanyahu's been here pretty much the entire time. The Israel lobby's been here pretty much the entire time. And you'd certainly have to admit, sir, it's an awfully big coincidence.
The Jews are always there. The Jews.
Overthrow 7.
Oh my God, this is just like crazy that these people are being taken seriously. I never thought we'd be at a time where we're blaming the Jews for everything again.
Countries. And that since that time that this was about a regime change operation, and here we are a few...
Again, their only argument is, well, this benefits the Jews. Okay, I don't know why that's an issue for you. Do you hate Jews? Do you want them all dead? Is that your point?
Months later, President Trump has boasted... and I think most of those roadside bombs were made in Iraq. My friend Scott mentioned. By the way, I don't think the general is correct in saying that Iran was responsible for killing that many soldiers in Iraq. I think they were Iraqi Shiites, and I think most of those roadside bombs were made in Iraq. My friend Scott Horton has demonstrated this in his great book.
Wow.
Enough already. But the bottom line is just that we
are
30...
my God. It's just... This guy is listening to fucking neo-Nazis. This is where he's getting this shit from.
$8 trillion in debt. Well, 1 second, gentlemen. I won't interrupt you at all. Well, let me...
This is crazy.
Let me just finish my point. Okay. I don't think that's true, but regardless... Yeah, okay. Anyway, okay, listen. I said 38. Is it 39 or 40? I can't keep track anymore. Including a drug over... We're not responding to an attack
Anonymous donated $2. Let me see.
Listen up, because I'm done with the fucking copes. I generally get a lot of support.
Oh my god. This is a joke, by the way. He's posted how his hair was receding. He got a fucking hair transplant, I think in Thailand or some shit. And he's been wearing a wig, and this was all for a joke. This is staged. So he got a guy to pull off his wig, and then, oh, my hair is bald. It's staged. How is everyone so stupid? Like, he openly talks about staging these things, and then there's still idiots that are jealous of him. That he's, like, tall and jacked and looks good, and then girls don't actually like him. Here's a fucking clip. And then it's a staged clip. He says he's a looks maxer, but he's actually, like, fucking bald and his head is gross. It's fucking staged, and he got a hair transplant, and his hair was fine. He just had a bit of a comb-over thing before. Kind of like Logan Paul. Like, oh my god. Thanks for the donation, Anonymous.
Back from Iran, and to move all these goalposts. Oh, they support proxies in the region. They have intercontinental ballistic missiles. Yeah, in other words, they're a government. Yes, in other words, they haven't just completely, as Witkoff said the other day, that Trump was curious why they haven't capitulated.
Oh
in
my
other
God.
words, they haven't completely capitulated to us and said they're going to make themselves entirely defenseless against the Israelis who attacked them throughout the years with impunity.
Buddy, this is like, well, what do you expect the Nazis to do? Obviously, they're gonna still want to make V2 rockets and nuclear bombs. Like,
this is ridiculous. We have no need to fight this war. We're flirting with another catastrophe
oh
for
my
no reason.
god. Okay. Like, literally. You expect the Nazis to disarm? I don't have a problem with Nazis having V2 rockets.
Let me bring in the two ladies who've been waiting very patiently. Elika, I'll come to you in one moment, but let Goldie Kamari respond first, and then Elika. Goldie first.
Well, thank you so much, Piers. First of all, I just want to thank the General for his service and thank all American military for everything they've done to defend democracy and freedom around the world. So thank you for your service, General. So the way that we have to frame this and the way that we have to look at it, Piers, is that right now we are in a forever war with the Islamic regime. And what happened is back in 1979, it was Jimmy Carter and the Democrats that backed the Ayatollah. And that's what basically led to the Islamic coup d'etat.
Yeah,
and so
Jimmy
right
Carter,
now,
it's the
Iran
worst president
is
of all
unfortunately a failed state. And so what Iranians are trying to do is, we're trying to rectify the mistake. Is regime change the goal? 100%. Absolutely. We Iranians, we have been trying to fix Jimmy Carter's mistake since 1979. And this is the first time since the Islamic regime took over that we actually have a United States president who is standing with the Iranian people, recognizing full well that US and Iranian interests are aligned right now. And by Iranian, I mean the Iranian people. I don't mean the Islamic regime that's occupying us. Because, as the general said, prior to 1979, Iran and the United States were allies. So right now, the country is currently in that failed state situation. And I can say that, Iranians in occupied Iran are incredibly grateful that the United States is coming to help liberate them. This is not a war, Piers. This is not a war. This is a rescue mission. The United States is coming to help rescue 90 million Iranians who have been held hostage by a brutal and savage dictatorship. With respect to what Dave Smith was saying about the proxies, I'll leave that up to the general.
Okay, Elika.
Nonsense.
So when there's these constant examples of where the US has failed in intervention, you have to wonder, why is it that they keep repeating the worst case scenarios? Why don't they talk about the US intervention in Kuwait to stop Iraq's intervention, right? Which actually led to stability in Kuwait. Why don't we talk about Bosnia? Why don't we talk about Kosovo? Why don't we talk about the times when NATO and the US have done tremendous work to bring stability with targeted strikes, okay? The reason that they keep mentioning this is because they want to constantly frame this in the worst case scenario for the US so as to defend the terrorist regime, which makes you wonder why.
F donated $2. Let me see.
I know what I've got to do to fix my microphone problem. It costs money, so I'm having to wait. I need to have an adapter. It's supposed to be recording when there's a channel which you can learn something, but also memes or funny ones. God has a sense of humor, and we need to feel good. We need joy in our life. But in the church, we don't expect it coming in other than my retirement account. All right. And there's a Patreon account, and I like to serve it, but it's hard to come up with the stories, the topics, and friend. So that's the answer, but I'm not going to give it to you because then you will just leave. I tend to give the not earned by human effort. No verse explicitly.
This is one of the most remarkably boring people I've ever come across. Thanks for the donation, F.
Second of all, this his claim that we don't want to, intervene in Iran because it's going to be a failed state and it's going to kill hundreds of thousands of people. I'm sorry, you don't care now that it's a failed state. You don't care now how many people are being killed. You want to talk about Iraq? You want to say hundreds of thousands of people were killed in Iraq? How many people did Saddam Hussein kill? 180,000 Kurds alone. Chemical genocide against Kurds. The ethnic cleansing of Turks,
and
of Kurds, of Shia Muslims. So you want to say that if we should have just left Saddam Hussein, and he's expanding his war in Kuwait, his war in Iran, and you want to say that what the US did was so bad? Fine, it was bad, but before it was worse. And if it was left unchecked, how much worse would it be? So this isn't about what the facts are. This is about how you are looking at the facts. And this isn't, no, we don't interrupt. This is an intentional...
I was just going to ask a question. You interrupted me before plenty of times.
Ask me my question after. You can ask me my question.
You're not my teacher, so don't scold me.
Stop. We're not looking at this through the lens of fact. We're looking at this through the lens of how can we look at this in the most negative way so we don't support attacks on the regime. Second of all, this constant thing about Israel is the one that wants this war. We have all conceded and acknowledged that Israel does for obvious reasons. You're talking about, you take Israel and you take the IRGC, you take this terrorist regime that has enshrined an eschatological vision to eliminate Israel in its charter and has repeatedly acted on that vision. Any sane country in the world, whether it was US or Israel, would obviously want to protect itself. So you're talking about a liberal democracy that seeks safety and protection of its own people, and you're talking about a terrorist state that wants to eliminate that state. And so to even look at this in any other lens is just to be out of touch with reality. You talk about Israel doing these strikes on Hezbollah, when Hezbollah is the one that is throwing its rockets into Israel. You talk about its strikes on the Houthis. Think about this. The regime created Hezbollah as a second IRGC to station it in the closest border to Israel for the sole purpose of eliminating Israel and creating a second Islamic Republic in Lebanon. Now you want to say that in response to that, Israel should just bend over and do nothing? Of course Israel wants this war because
come on. How much more can Israel do? End this goddamn war because of Israel. Can I respond to this utter rubbish, this garbage Israeli propaganda?
Anti-Semitism is a mind virus, and you've...
Here we go. As soon as anybody's making a point, just start yelling, think of the children, Israel bad.
Lost your mind, okay? So just be quiet.
Yeah. Anti-Semitism, blah, 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 blah. We've heard that garbage over and over to shield Israel from criticism. We're not going to take it anymore. You call the whole country anti-Semites. You think Israel's called all of America anti-Semites. 85% of us don't want this war. And then you come in and go, you dirty anti-Semite Americans. You owe us more war. You owe us trillions of dollars. We are bombing Israel. We want endless wars.
One question for you. What percentage of Germans were anti-Semites?
What the hell does that have to do with this? The real fascists are Israel. You want to ask me what percentage of Israel are fascists? Unfortunately, the percentage is over 50%.
You know what the point is, Cenk? The point is that it is a mind virus.
Can I actually answer any of this garbage that they're putting out?
Can you stop interrupting her, please? You're very
interrupting her. She's got on for 10 minutes.
How long do you think you went for?
Okay.
Cenk, I'll give you a brief right of reply there, and then I want to go to the general.
So 3% of Gaza, they say they're never going to give back.
Does Israel absolutely fine with points?
Smart.
This is just AIDS. Just complete AIDS.
4 years old is the most seismic geopolitical event. Zelensky stayed to fight. It's one of the key lessons lost its main chance to defeat the Russian invasion. They at the eastern city of ideas and energy there for Ukraine. Of the Ukraine.
This video is terrible.
The Access media loves to prove how out of touch they really are. They constantly promote games that nobody has any interest in, and then they will attack games that end up getting hundreds of thousands of people to millions of people buying them.
Lesbian night game.
And their latest target for appraisal is 1348x Voda. They have been shilling for this game.
Yeah, all these games journalists, they're like dumbass college kids who weren't good enough to be real journalists, so they ended up getting into the games industry. Because that's the only place they could get any work. And, none of them actually like games. None of them play games. And then they just promote the communist propaganda. that they've been indoctrinated with in high school, or college, I mean. What the fuck is this? Are we serious? Like, aside from the, like, yeah, the lesbian night thing, I mean, this just looks terrible. This is just objectively awful. That is not a fucking game. Yeah, that is just objectively awful.
For weeks, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon, as now a new wave of articles has launched and they're saying this is absolutely fantastic. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic,
I mean, you can just see from the gameplay it's
follow
terrible.
through and deliver the fact that this game is undercooked and it's like a pre-alpha, the experiencer that would ruin the experience of 67 people have played the fucking demo. It is horrendous, and maybe when it comes out in 2 weeks it will get 200 people or even 300 people, but there's
That's impressive how bad that is. Yeah, weird. Yeah, the problem with a lot of this crap is people who get into the entertainment industry, whatever it is, like they're coming from college and they're just indoctrinated with this fucking bullshit. And yeah, everything's just keeps getting worse.
Look at you, you're a mess. You better just be having an off night. Because if some damn drifter is out here slapping the shit out of some of my top guys, we're gonna have a situation.
I'm ready for you.
Thanks so much.
Time.
I knew he could. His stamina is so solid. No one can take a beating like him.
Yeah, it's going to burn for hours.
Okay, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna try anyway. Yeah, so I'll try my best to not be retarded. And I'll do a workout stream in like a few hours, and I'll try to stream at a normal time tomorrow night, or later tonight, I mean. But big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs, really appreciate it, and I will see you all later.